Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
All right. I respect. Guys, when I hear me now, not true. So you guys never hear me, never hear the intro, not at all. Not at all, never hear. But anyway, guys, a long time in the day. Well, guess what? I hope everything all right. Can you guys hear me? Talk to me. All right, yeah, guys, I hear me loud and clear. But tonight, I go to Africa. I'm going to talk about this leader right here, Ibrahim, Traore. Now, Burkina Faso. I want Jamaica pay attention to what is going on around the world. Maybe there's a few things we can learn from my brother here, you know. Yes, man, there's a few things we can learn from him. Leadership. Did you know this brother not take no money as a president? He's not collecting his money, his presidential check. He don't want that. He want to stay as a captain in the army and collect him like an army captain check. That he want. Public servant check. When I pay attention to Jamaica, them things open up my eyes even wider. I'm going to get smarter and say, hey, and expose some leader around the world. I want to understand what I say. You talk about leadership. What is brother I deal with? Africa. Expose greedy leaders. Black leaders all over the world exploit and plunder black people. How many times I come on my platform and tell you guys, say, black leaders are some of the worst. Some black leaders are the worst on the face of the earth. The biggest threat to black civilization. How many times I tell you on this platform? Them not care about your people are rich, them coming to get rich, look nice. Italian suit every day. Alligator skin shoes. Snake skin purse. Range Rover, 17 apartment, mansion. While poor people cannot find water. But this brother have a different take. So we're going to play some clips to educate the community. I'm going to share this if I think somebody should hear this. It set leadership apart. As I know, say, his country was taken over by a coup. Him lead the coup, take it over. Kick out the leader, them that was there was working for some other people against the people. Kind of similar like whatever Jamaica, bootlickers and can't say no to some people. And everything they implement have to make the people them suffer. That's why black country can't get better, you know. Because me tell you upon this platform, black leaders sell you out. The deal with them sign. Them want to get rich. That's all them care about. That's why you find out a section of society is rich. Them pay is extravagant. And people can't even find drinking water. This brother, in that, he come to change some stuff. And he don't come to take power forever. No, he believe in a democratic country. He don't come to lead as no cool leader. He believe in a democracy. So he must step down and leave it open for democracy. So I can listen what I want him. Tell me if you can't hear me. Hear the thing? All right. Africa, we're gone tonight.
Beginning to see a replication of the late Thomas Sankara in him. Because at that age, Sankara was just within that age bracket, you know, even while he was president.
Can you hear it, guys?
That same country.
Obviously, he has something within him that has propelled him at such a young age to the pinnacle of political power in Burkina Faso. And that would mean that he has a drive. Obviously, he has an ambition.
Ibrahim Traore. He is Africa's youngest head of state at 35 years of age. Ibrahim Traore became the transitional president of Burkina Faso following a military coup in 2022.
Of course, Ibrahim Traore had to step in, and he was very decisive in taking over power. In September, he's going to be 1 year in office, and he has promised that in June 2024, he's going to relinquish power to a democratically elected government.
That gives you an idea, first of all, yes, that there's some bit of maybe ambition there. But are these personal ambitions, or are they ambitions on behalf of Burkina Faso? We can only know with time.
Traore and a group of other soldiers ousted his ex-comrade and interim president, Paul Henry Damiba, who had appointed him the head of an artillery regiment in the city of Kaya. Damiba himself led a coup against a civilian government of Drogba Christian Traore 8 months earlier. Both coups were hinged on government failure to tackle armed insurgencies in the country.
The issue of coup can be very, very delicate, and people don't understand how dangerous coups can be, especially when you are trying to oust a military government and you are part of
people. A serious thing the brother do, you know. When they try to oust a military government, you know, people, a death penalty for a coup, you know. So this brother, I put him life on the line and him believe in what him believe in. Of him country, you know, 35 years old. 35 years old. The man don't believe in some part of the society if I get this big riches and the rest now have no drinking water Africa. The man chop some people's salary. People want to listen to the, you know, the definition of a real leader, you know. We could listen, because we'll learn who is this brother more tonight. Right?
Establishment. The death penalty in most cases is death by firing squad. People say he worked closely with Namiba, his former head of state. And so people could look at it and say, well, that's an act of betrayal.
Traore was born in the town of Bunduku in western Burkina Faso. He studied geology at the University of Ouagadougou before joining the army in 2010. He graduated as an officer from the Georges Namonau Military School. In 2020, he was elevated to the rank of a captain in the army. This was after he took part in the 2018 UN peacekeeping mission in neighboring Mali. He also fought on the front lines against militants in the northern part of the country he now leads.
I think he has an interesting personality for anybody that would hit the limelight. The way he has, it's not just any ordinary person.
Burkina Faso has witnessed political instability and armed insurgencies for years, contributing to the insecurity across the Sahel since 2015. The French army operated in the country since 2018 in attempts to tackle armed groups behind the violence. But in February 2023, the French troops were forced to end operations in Burkina Faso on claims that their military presence had not improved the security situation in the country. Traore's takeover in 2022 came during a time when Russia's influence in French-speaking African countries seemed to be growing.
Guys, more listen, it's an introduction to the brother, Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso. One, because no for we are Jamaican not pay attention to them thing, people. We dead, People, and no for we not pay attention to what go on in our own land, We dead, So we want to pay attention to what go on, people. Me gonna make it here tonight.
He is among junta leaders in West Africa with strong anti-French sentiments.
Le Burkina Faso est fatigué avec le cas de la France. Alors, le Burkina Faso veut rompre toute relation qui existe entre ce pays et la France.
Traore has made it clear that Russia would become Burkina Faso's choice as a new partner in the fight against militant groups.
They've accused France many times. This is the general belief that the French, needed to have some crisis in those areas so that they can deploy their troops. And this was what gave rise to the G5 Sahel.
Guys, wanna listen. It's while I was listening this before I come alive, I say, oh, ironic that them French control country, they warm like Haiti. I want to see what going on Haiti. Kind of the same thing, people. Pay attention what going on Africa. We pay attention, black people. African unite. Pay attention, people. That's why I have to come tonight. I'm business for a handful of people to listen. Because we black people don't listen to certain things. Make we listen what going on, people.
And they were all, French countries. You had Chad, you had Niger, you had Burkina Faso, you had Mali, making up the G5.
Just like President Traore, leaders of Mali, Guinea, and most recently Niger have all come to power through military coups.
Some of these countries, these military, juntas will remain in power. But will they be able to do those things that they complained about that led to their taking over, political power in their countries? I don't know, but they have to try to learn to walk the talk so that they can put certain structures on ground that even eventually by the time they leave, people of those countries can say, well, the military was here, but it was not so bad, even though they actually left.
And now the military rulers in the Sahel are teaming up. Mali and Burkina Faso are strongly supporting the new junta leadership in Niger with their solidarity delegation visiting the country.
And you could call them military terrorists because we now have we have no definite knowledge, about what exactly is motivating them. They could be motivated by selfish interests. They could be motivated by genuine patriotic national interest to protect their patrimony, their common patrimony. They could be motivated by the fact that the political class have failed their people over time, consistently, time and time again. So it is a matter of survival. And that's why they have come together with
people. I want you to know, say, the brother have a pair of balls that drag Ben like a rat seed. People. Him say, when him started out, him get called from big generals and a high authority say, boy, don't do this, I'm not going to last for 2 days. Say, them not last for 2 days. Because all we use is social media people. Open up the people them eyes. It's the first time the people them not have a voice and them not silence the people them. The man says social media give the people them a voice.
To have an alliance that an attack on one is an attack, on the other.
President Traore says his goal going forward is to bring about change in his country. He recently asked Russia for more support to address security and economic issues in Burkina Faso.
I think that if they are to abide by their promises, yes, there is hope that these guys are able to change the situations in their country.
A wave of military takeovers sweeping through former French colonies in West Africa, the new young leaders like Traore believe they have what it takes to move their countries forward, even though they were not democratically elected. But with a fluid economic and security situation, the future remains uncertain.
People, this brother ready for anything will come. And the thing about it, he's taking the people along with him. Him not do it anymore. He might take the people along the journey with this brother here. And that me notice him I do. People, this brother gave a speech. I'm on to the brother here, hear that speech. Yeah, and the man no hide and put him out of ground when the man attack in this speech. I'm gonna have the English version of this speech. See? I make you guys hear. All right.
Traore, the president of Burkina Faso. They are labeling us.
I want you guys listen, It's a serious speech, Someone not ready for this yet, Listen what I go on there, man. That brother a serious black brother, Think a normal thing I go in Africa, people. Eh? You think a normal thing I go in Africa? Eh? Yes, people. Make we listen.
As coup plotters, but we are not French. We don't understand what they are referring to.
Hold on. Back up. Sorry.
The local values, which surely do not even understand the deep meaning of the word, also calls us coup plotters.
Listen.
Very well. We have appropriated it over the years. As far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you must have noticed that all bodies have been dismantled. No more training, nothing for the army.
Listen.
They have imposed in all our headquarters, all our schools, and all our strategic structures what they have called military advisors.
Mm-hmm.
When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military advisors were and where they were. So we identified that the problem is deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I was telling you not long ago, you can't hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it from you.
People, when they listen to my speech, you make it look like People lead a lap dog, you know. Jamaica don't come on, man. Jamaica. So they hear them a speech. He make like people lead a licky, lap dog, sell out, no stand for nothing. And if a suffer leader them in the West, I go stay, crawl up on my belly, and my knees and not on my feet. People, we're not gonna come to nothing. People, we'll never be nobody. You know, say, no, a weak man don't get no respect. Oh, you expect a weak man to get respect, boy? Yeah. We'll never be nobody, Jamaica. Eh? I want to listen to the man's speech. It make Lewis leader then look like a beggar. I swear to God, people. No, sir. The brother sir, you have to stand for something. The man not busy about dead and all them things then. Remember, say, the cost for coup plotting a death penalty. Okay. So I could go and listen what his brother say. Listen to the translation.
Fully do not even understand the deep meaning of the word, also calls us coup plotters. Very well. We have appropriated it over the years. As far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you must have noticed that all bodies have been dismantled. No more training, nothing for the army. They have imposed in all our headquarters, all our schools, and all our strategic structures what they have called military advisors. When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military advisors were and where they were. So we identified that the problem is deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I was telling you not long ago, you can't hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it from you to come help you look for it.
People, whenever you hear the man I say, are you going to recover your lost object by asking the thief to come help you look for it, black leaders? The 35-year-old open mouth, so rusty thief, we call themselves leader yai, because none of them must stand up to nothing, boy. This a man that be this busy about no death. This a brother frontline soldier. He fight for many war in Africa. So man a boy. You see walk around with him iron spanning waist. All when them people, all when they gonna meet big boys in wearing military gear and him gloves. Ready. People, the world love him, brother. People, the world love him. But we know some people don't love him because they can't get to push and pull him and turn him and run with all people. Him say when the friends come over there, the French army over there, people. Them now make nothing stop. They now stop the way. A matter of fact, look like them have more terrorist attack. You know, the schools and university, all about people. You get rid of them. Boy, we have to unite and why? And Russia helping people. We could go and listen.
Burkina Faso is concerned, you must have noticed that all bodies have been dismantled.
Listen.
No more training, nothing for the army. They have imposed in all our headquarters, all our schools, and all our strategic structures what they have called military advisors. When we revolted on September 30th, 2022, the first thing was to find out who these military advisors were and where they were. So we identified that the problem is deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I was telling you not long ago, you can't hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it from you to come help you look for it.
You hear that? Never.
When we already have single-party advisors, we felt demonstrations. We were made to understand that we could not get by without them. And each time, as I was saying, this resulted in large-scale attacks on the ground. We got the message when, at the dawn of the year 2023, we decided to say no to foreign forces present here. We asked them to leave because we want to fight in our own terms. They probably didn't appreciate it. But why is he coming to our lands? We prefer to fight ourselves. We ask them to go back to their homes. Unfortunately, I say to you here today, as I like to say, the colonization has returned. There are still salon slaves who haven't understood. In their time, military officers wrote to us and approached us to tell us that it was a very bad decision and that we wouldn't last 2 months.
You hear that, people? It's just like back in the day of slavery when some people said, boy, we're going to escape from this plantation, you know. We're going to be free one day, I'm going to be free. You have some slave, I said, boy, I'm not going to wait, no, I'm dead. We'll never be free. We are trapped. We'll never be free. People, believe me, there were those who never believed about freedom, you know. Black people, you know, never vision that, you know. And they have some of them will say, yeah, we have to be free. We're going to do that and the other. So, hey, look at black people. I don't know what I'm doing. Guys, we go right to a commercial break. I'll be right back.
Opposition leader can publicly emasculate Philip and Julian. They may not have people to speak up for them, but let me tell you this. Don't touch Juliet.
Don't reverse yourself. The original you was a better you. Don't reverse yourself that way. Don't reverse yourself. The original you was a better you. Don't reverse yourself that way.
Thank you, guys. Let's continue to listen.
Files were written.
Yeah.
We were passed these files to do a strategic analysis of their thinking. We said, either we are sovereign or we remain slaves forever and far away.
You hear that? Yeah.
When the last soldiers left Burkina Faso, we understood what was it about. The impacts immediately followed. But what she had forgotten is that the people of Burkina Faso had understood our message and had committed themselves to the same path as the world.
People, bring the people with you for change. Sorry, as a leader. And them love that, brother. People, may I tell you, say, if people make go and listen to the speech, I may say, you know, here no leader from the West talk like this. No, them talk proper, no one hurt nobody. Make sure them check them speech over and over again. Make sure them check everything and everything all right. No one hurt nobody feeling. They want to speak the truth. Make me hear that, brother. That young man, this, you know. Young warrior. Make me hear him say.
We quickly and suddenly reorganized ourselves. We noticed that all dormant terrorist cells woke up in Burkina Faso. We reorganized the army as quickly as possible at an unprecedented speed. We created several units, and even if several others are to come, we equipped them. And today, this equipping continues, because in the coming days, in the coming months, what you will see coming to Burkina Faso must make our army a power to be feared. We have not skimped on the means. We understood that the fight that is engaged against imperialism, it's hard, very hard, but only the hard will pass. And the Burkinabe are tough, and we are going here.
For anyone struggling with high blood sugar, do not drink cold water. Did you?
And the Burkina are tough, and we are going here. We have warned for more than a year the local values, the Salon slaves, so that they do not betray their homeland for the benefit of imperialism. Some have understood, have lined up. Others have not understood, maybe thinking they are smarter. But today, we have no feelings about this issue that poses. Whoever is going to betray his homeland for the benefit of imperialism, he will be treated as such.
Wow. People, I want you understand, so that brother, open up all the eyes, you know, people, and expose all the stuff, you know. People, some people are like this, brother, you know. And nobody believes that they're not plot against him, you know, and others, you know, we group up with him, you know. He's calling out Pan Africa to join forces with him. Africa unite. We don't see nothing wrong with that, you know, us as a people. Me always say, from the Caribbean to Africa, if we group up and work as a people, what can they do? And the man with social media, the things where them people used to come in your country can do in the dark of the night, and the people them don't know. A social media exposed enough for them now, because them people are come back. They might come on social media. What for the email I say? All right, let's continue.
Let's go back to our famous ECOWAS. Since we decided to leave ECOWAS, armchair slaves have been activated everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. Thank God. In the recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak on TV platforms.
Social media.
That's what they were telling themselves.
Social media.
Who was ready for the gospel? Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think
I want to hear the man I say. Eh? You know, collect some leader where we got to go and shut off people. I want to hear the man I say. Eh? A young man make a whole heap of old leader like a bootlicker. All them do is suck up. A vacuum cleaner. Like the man I work at the, you understand me? Make me go and listen again here, man.
In the recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak on TV platforms. That's what they were telling themselves. So who was ready for the gospel? Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think, my friends, you are the first to know this.
Yeah.
Each one. Everyone can have their analysis of a situation. We can certainly be wrong. But when you come to us to understand, we are open to explain the steps. Here, we will explain to you why we left this ECOWAS and where we are going next. Remember that it was created in 1975. And it was created by a majority of African coup leaders, as they like to say. They were soldiers who took power and who took their responsibilities to create ECOWAS so that there would be a real economic boom for the people within this space. Later, the so-called Democrats invited themselves to the head of our states. They completely emptied the community of its foundation. When on July 26th, Niger decided to take its destiny into its own hands, we were surprised to see ECOWAS appear from I don't know where. with a standby force. Where was this force when thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by terrorists? Where was this force when thousands of Malians and Burkinabes were dying under the bullets of terrorists? They said that by force they were going to dislodge the valiant sons of Niger, who took the destiny of the country into their own hands. Do you believe that there are women in Niger? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is warlike. They have been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. And the armies of the AES have decided to unite. We are waiting for this standby force. This so-called Democrat must understand.
People, let me tell you something now. You see that brother? He's a handsome brother. If me not lie, yo, he's a handsome brother. So you see, me I watch some video with him, see I'm going in a room with all the white boy there. They might look upon him like a Jesus, them see, you know. This handsome, big, thick brother. Like he will into workout. Then I said, my man at the army, you know, fit, you know. I don't know, new boy where just put on a jacket suit down, you know. You understand me? I'm a military man. See me, I watch some video that's a white boy when they see him. When they walk out of the room, it's like a Jesus, they see people. Some people don't love this, you know. No, they don't love. Brother, very athletic looking and him handsome. People, I tell you, people can't sleep at night time. I tell you, say, this is something else, people. Make we continue to listen to that brother. They say, you're not going to hear the speech and nowhere in the West. All here in the West are not but boot licking. Because they want big money. We don't have leaders in the West and say, make we plan with food and food security. That means if we say something and them, some people don't like it and say, boy, I'm going to pull embargo and sanction. At least we're not dead for hungry. You understand me? We're cheap. We're cheap. I sell out. I will never move forward. Like the brother said, how you going to ask somebody to help you look for something? The man will thief it. He said, how you going to ask the thief to help you look for something that you lost? The man said, how is it you're going to ask a thief to help you look for something that you lost? Me say, and young people can change the world, you know. Some young people are not stupid like the elder them where we have there. And they come from near man, thief and get them, and they want 17-bedroom house and they want truck in the backside, man, and half show account and them want be the Kardashian and snake skin purse and leather shoes and them and them caviar and filet mignon and all type of damn thing to make him pronounce. Eh? This brother said, him no want no money as a president. They might ask if them same don't even want, because they want to be my president now, people. They want to bump up in position in the army. He said no want to do it. He want to stay a captain. Simple as that. He said comfortable. I want to show me sure say the man not abuse no power boy. The man said no want a president power money. He would take the check when I get as a military man. Come on, people. My God. My God. The man say he no want the check as a president. He take the money as a military man, and that he might live off. He might feel like everybody else, but in a Jamaica, 300% raise. And before that, them about type of house in Jamaica were paid off and no mortgage listed like what 18 degrees not say. Offshore account, all type of foundation, all type of money are run everywhere. And look pan we and take 300% raise. Our thief them are greedy, them not in it for the poor and needy. It's seedy. So when I listen to that brother here, I mean study more and more and understand where I come from. Some of you guys are first now about him. You understand, say, this brother is not in it for himself. The man don't even want the money on backside. The man say rich people, if you cut him cut salary people. All them big neck all night and then politics, I get millions and millions of dollars. Him say water, don't even in. Some people don't even have drinking water. The man got chop salary people. I don't know what I tell. And him no want poor forever. Him say, him no want this poor forever. Matter of fact, as me right now, June of this year, 2024, them say man step down and you know, for a party, a government farm, a democratic government. So a man come to clean up some things we not see. So we could go and listen to the brother say, man, powerful speech.
When thousands of Nigerians died on their hospital bed.
Listen to this. Tough Dan.
Due to lack of electricity.
Tough
or
Dan.
lack of medication in this crisis.
Tough Dan.
They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing is happening in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people need to understand. When they take their instructions from the other side, they come back and do everything to apply it here.
I want to hear. So like somebody, such man. So like somebody know, take the instruction from the other side, try everything to come back and apply it to Jamaica. The joke, the needs, the Samoa agreement, the cashlessness, just be a slave. And a yes man, I can't be nobody on earth where can stand up to nothing. Yo, that brother, let me hear that brother here, man. Back up a little bit. I know I miss not a word.
Of indirect sanctions because people need to understand. When they take their instructions from the other side, they come back and do everything to apply it here. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It is not free, and we pay for it, and this helps their economy.
Real leader.
They tried to make Mali suffer, and of course, by ignoring all the texts, and no longer providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt.
People, you can imagine when all are the people. Can you imagine the white people? Look at the people. Let's picture this. Caption this. Imagine what they think about this brother. And Jesus, they look at it. People will see outside that picture, people. When they see that brother walking in the room with him team, people. And Jesus, this handsome hunk, people with the sidearm, properly dressed in a uniform, people. And him team now play. Him team now laugh with him, laugh around him. People, we could go and listen. Me that brother, me him country get the blessing where the people them need. We continue.
It's their economy. They tried to make Mali suffer, and of course, by ignoring all the texts, and no longer providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt.
No, sir.
It doesn't work. When this lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This teaches us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that independence, which we advocate, the sovereignty that we take, we must do everything to make it be. They gave us some very good lessons, and we understood very well. Some have closed their doors, which, by the way, goes against all international texts, because you cannot close the doors to a landlocked country.
Listen to this.
They did it. They violated the texts. The international community has not said a word. Nobody talked about ECOWAS. But in the ports, we do not transit our goods for free. We pay. And the countries that are doing that are reaping the broken pots today. And I think it's a lesson for them too, that they should not always apply the instructions of their masters. They need to understand this forever. ECOWAS has never issued a statement to congratulate a victory of our armies.
YouTube Premium is ad.
Hardly. It even condemns with the tip of its lips, and very rarely when there are massacres. Where is this ECOWAS of the people? In short, we cannot list all the harm that has been done to our people.
I'm not lying.
But we have consciously decided to withdraw and focus. Focus on our common organization, that is the AS. Remember, there is no fear. Because in perspective, and by getting to work, we have noticed one thing recently. Some have decided to ban the export of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Very well. They gave a duration. We will ensure that at the end of this period, we will ban the entry of these products into our territory.
You hear that?
Thomas Sankara said that the slave who is not capable of assuming his revolt does not deserve to be pitied for his fate.
I never hear them when I say as a young man. You understand it? Understand it? Me say make some man back around West look like a beggar. Make our few leader look like a beggar. Beggar, and there's a future ahead for black people with few type of leader in the office. And allow me to tell you the way them think. You hear me say? There's a future ahead for black people with beggars. There's no respect for some beggars or some man with them on their knee all the time. There's people that respect for you. No respect for you. They call the S-hole country all day long. But listen.
This slave will be the only one responsible for his despair. Do not get illusions from your master about condescension, and suspect the ones who claims to emancipate you. Only struggle liberates.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Me have to back this up because this is too quick, yes. You know, and the slip, you know. The brother. An old man is a young boy. And what is a going here? Oh, then I also man make a look at you. God. The world I watch him, me say some people like him, you know. Me say them a plot. But me I tell you, God a wipe out. A different time now. If you think a lie, man, I tell, watch and safe on a different time now. It's they have social media. First time the enemy used to come Jim Squeegee in, you know, and the whole thing, you know. And nobody make no nice, you know. Uno say social media change whole thing now. A bright light. No stay there so I go on.
At the end of this period, we will ban the entry of these products into our territory. Thomas Sankara said that the slave who is not capable of assuming his revolt does not deserve to be pitied for his fate. This slave will be the only one responsible for his despair. Do not get illusions from your master about condescension, and suspect the ones who claims to emancipate you. Only struggle liberates.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to tell you that if, to free himself, a slave has illusions about the providence of a belief that his master imposed on him to keep him in darkness, he is fooling himself. He will remain forever blind in the darkness and will never see the day.
Gotcha.
This is a message to all of Africa, and Burkina Faso stands in solidarity and supports all the peoples of Africa who are suffering martyrdom. But we also want to say that it's time for Africans to stop pitying their fate, to stop brooding and lamenting. We must fight. It won't come from heaven by itself. We must fight first, and God will help you.
Yeah, man say. Yeah, what you man say? Someone will say, Jesus, Jesus. And that's how we're in the West are saying, God is going to help one day and deliver us one day. I have a dream. And not a fight, put up for this. Most of things that freedom come free. I don't know. You think that freedom is free? Huh? The Western leaders, black leaders, I'm see boy, a belly, a bootlickers and some of Africa too. Buy out, sell out people. You see them, the traitors. The brother are exposed. Enough of them. Look here. We all must live good on this earth, right? You respect me, me respect you. Me respect you, you respect me. Respect go where respect come from. But now you come treat me like me is less of a human. You don't come call a shot in my place, in my sovereign land. Me not come call a shot in your place. We can work together on this earth where God give us. We can work together on the earth now. God give us all this earth to live and enjoy this earth. We can work together. We could trade. If you got orange and me have tomato and you want me buy, we switch. You trade stuff. As to the earth go. You understand the people? We could live together good on the earth, but you like say, black leaders so come and find plantation with people. I beg them, beggar. Them a man, this a youth here. Show them, say. Royalty. I don't know. Move for your song, go crawl upon the belly, snake, black man, or leader. He come kick them out of office. The old traitor them where sell out the people and keep them poor over there and tell them say things can be better. Just like you see them doing in Jamaica. When they borrow money from the IMF. People, IMF money, them call the shots off to do the money, can't help you, I'm going to put you in a debt. Brother, that brother come in and say, no, move, no. Make you listen here, man. God know.
This is a message to all of Africa, and Burkina Faso stands in solidarity and supports all the peoples of Africa who are suffering martyrdom. But we also want to say that it's time for Africans to stop pitying their fate, to stop brooding and lamenting. We must fight. It won't come from heaven by itself. We must fight first, and God will help you. And Burkina Faso is ready to help all peoples.
Basically, I say God help those who help themselves. You know, come from heaven itself. You have to fight, and God will help you. So we must say, God help those who help themselves. Black people sit down lazy all this time. Yes, master. Yes, master. Yes, master. Listen, people from a band. I hope this will see a change world before I left this earth. But boy, that brother, make me head swell. I'm going to listen to him. Ibrahim.
Tell all the peoples who are fighting. It's time they tell the truth to their leaders. In Burkina Faso, when it came to our contribution to equip our army, the deputies have no more salary. Today, they only have session allowances.
Listen this.
The minister's salary has been reduced to the maximum, and the people...
I want to listen what the man say. Yeah? I want to listen. You see that Jamaica? Some man they 100% raise and them have truck in the backside mine. Offshore account, all type of foundation, man rich. When Zara Burton do certain type of check-ins, yes, man they rich and own whole heap of property in Jamaica, houses. When you have to pay a mortgage, house pay off cash. Man rich long time before he become a prime minister. Eh? You think this a brother I put up with that? While the rest of Jamaica, poverty. And I got the same people them year after year on the zinc fence. Me love you know, road and water. People don't saw them wicked. People don't see the wickedness. 17 bedroom house, about 21 bathroom. And you come around and come go like say you're poor like me. Say me, you know, if you get to youth a star, when you touch me, you can feel me and this and that. Huh? You can't feel you behind them high wall the way you live. Eh? Just your wall alone that give them a Jamaica people house. I live lavish, rotted. We don't love nobody. That young boy are exposed, you know. Go listen.
You cannot fight and want the leaders to be an insulting luxury.
Hear
the
that?
Peoples must rise up and demand this from their leaders.
Yeah. Insulting luxury.
And to conclude,
the man say you can't fight and the leaders are in insulting luxury. Just like the 300% raising is insulting. insulting, robbery. The man say you can't fight and leaders are in insulting luxury when you're poor people. What do you man say? What could you say, man?
Our contribution to equip our army. The deputies have no more salary. Today, they only have session allowances. The minister's salary has been reduced to the maximum, and the people contribute. You cannot fight and want the leaders to be an insulting luxury. The peoples must rise up and demand this from their leaders.
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm on to a commercial break real quick. Let's continue, guys.
And to conclude, I therefore call on all the peoples of the AES to remain united and in solidarity. All suffering has an end. The struggle we have embarked on is hard, but we must keep our heads on our shoulders because the fatal weapon of imperialism remains manipulation through communication. Know how to recognize local values. Know how to recognize salon slaves. Know how to recognize everything about the sneaky force to come and sell you false information. For yourself, stay calm and not divide yourself.
Here?
Because imperialism has 1,000 tricks in his bag.
You hear that?
You must be vigilant. Vigilant and very vigilant. Thank you to the people in the different cities who watch day and night to keep our homeland upright, and therefore pay tribute every day to the FDS and the soldiers who are fighting at the front. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you to all those who have come here so that we can talk. Thanks to those who are outside, who could not get inside. Our homeland was there.
Guys, Jamaica, you know, somehow now pay attention and somehow now wake up still. You know, so the world are not too dark, and somehow we pay attention. We might not say nothing much about it, but people, this brother here, our leaders are not cut out to talk like that. Our leaders are bootlickers. When you hear me I say? Our leaders are bootlickers, guys. They are not cut out to talk like that. Talk way. You're mad. A man as you don't have, me cut off this and that. You're not hungry. You're not greedy. People, we're not ready for this yet. I tell you, we come depend on people for feed we and do everything for we. We're not ready for this yet, people. If you follow them a leader in the West, people, all them do make you hungry, suffer, starve. And people beat you up when you stand up for yourself. Yeah? People, a bully will only beat you more when you don't stand up for yourself. Let me tell you that. A bully will continue to pick on you when you find out so you're saps. Remember me, I tell you that. We are continue, people.
I was born in a village called...
Want to listen to brother. He must speak about himself, right? So basically, I'm deliver a very emotional, inspiring speech. You know, I want you guys listen where the brother come from. Who is this brother? I want to learn myself and I want to learn, I could find out some more.
Which is located in the Muhun Valley. I spent a part of... I was born in a village called Kara, which is located in the Muhun Valley. I spent a part of my childhood, but especially a large part, in Bombiku, which is about 15 kilometers from Kara. I didn't grow up in a wealthy family. There are many things that are difficult to understand as a child. What I need to remember, and this is an opportunity for me to thank the parents, is that at your age, it's not easy. But when I was in your place, what I remembered the most about my father was that every end of the month when I saw him with his pencil, he was calculating. Every end of the month, he was calculating. And when he retired, every 3 months, he was calculating.
People, the man come from poor, and the man don't forget it. Some man come from poverty, and them look like them forget it. Some man born upside grass yard pan Cumberland Road in a 1, 2 or how much bedroom, 1 or 2 bedroom. Me not sure, because me I hear conflicting numbers. And some man remember poverty. This brother, him feel say some boy if make millions of dollars, and some people in the country don't have water to drink. The brother, yeah. That's why I'm come kick out certain leader where I work with certain people. I fool the people, my brainwash them and make them feel say them can't be no better. People, the brother yeah, realize say they might export all the tomato and fake like foreign tomato come back in the country, tomato paste. So now you may say, them ship the tomato overseas and if you buy back tomato paste from overseas, all type of stuff. Guess what him do? Him say my turn on start one factory over there. So they can process them own stuff. Guess what they do with the gold? All them countries used to go over there, go take them gold. They say they don't like him, man. Can't like him, they can't get the teeth him, they can't go through this brother here. People, and the people them love him, the world. People love him, brother here. But some people, that's why Russia stand up beside him. People. All of them who used to go, if them people go plunder the gold, they say I have enough gold over there. They say, man, I set up his own processing plant for processing own gold, man. People, if you collect a wheat, Jamaica with the thief in politician them, take out the backside with dirt, Ghana, foreign, we don't get a penny. Eh? We don't benefit it. So like Jamaica get wrapped the backside, mash up the environment, mash up the land, and we don't get nothing. People, we could listen about that brother a little bit. Jamaica, don't share this, you know? No, like really, man. We don't share this on the page, you know, man. As a people, you know, man. I'm a proud black man. I'm a see that brother rise up. I'm a really say, and the money that brother do it for. This man is not doing it for money. Oh, God, man. The man say him don't even want to be promoted in the army. So him now get no, like, you know, so Jamaica, you're mad. Man, I take praises off of this and political mileage. You're mad. You're going to do something like this and you know, get raised up here as a politician. You're coming every thief and get rich. The brother, no, people. Him don't want no money for the president pay. Give that money to the poor. Do something to the poor. The man said just want to look up pay as an army man. Blouse and skirt. You think such man are going to do that? Such man who's rich already, man, a big friend them. Just rob on the day that they 300% raise. Man, rich already, man, a friend them, you know. Still look on suffering people, still a suffer. I beg money on social media, on charity, and from foreign people. Look on uno and take 300% raise for uno. And some boy I think say them love uno. I jail enough for them to go. When they know about leadership. The brother, yeah. Take off my hat to the brother, yeah, man. I hope. Long live you.
Later, when I grew up, I understood what he was calculating.
And father, I'm talking about, you know.
When I grew up, I understood what he... There are many things that are difficult to understand as a child. What I need to remember, and this is an opportunity for me to thank the parents, is that at your age, it's not easy. But when I was in your place, what I remembered the most about my father was that every end of the month when I saw him with his pencil, he was calculating. Every end of the month, he was calculating. And when he retired, every 3 months, he was calculating. But later, when I grew up, I understood what he was calculating. It's difficult when you have a salary to think about how to feed the children, how to educate them, how to take care of them, how to dress them. This is what he was calculating.
Donc c'est pour vous dire que les parents, ils se soucient beaucoup de nous.
So I want to tell you that the parents care a lot about us. They fight for us, and you can't imagine how much. Many of you, when you grow up, one day you will understand. We had to grow up and pay tribute to our parents today. If there is also something that I learned from my father, there is a phrase that he always told us at home: execution before claim, because he was also a soldier before he became a nurse.
You hear that?
We obeyed him and we did what he asked us to do.
Yeah.
And even if we didn't want to do it, we had to execute it first. And later we made him understand.
Young man,
there are a number of values that our parents instilled in us. First of all, it concerns integrity, honor, dignity. These are things that we learned from them, and that forged us, and that allowed us to be who we are today. As I said, the parents were not necessarily easy. But it was not necessary to curse them. It was not necessary to mock them, or to lie or steal. It was strictly forbidden. So there are a number of values, despite the fact that you are not necessarily easy, but you have to embody them. Solidarity, for example. We always learned to share with others. And I think there were times when we were not in a good phase. We were children. We didn't understand why the mother. You know that in the village, the children of others can spend 1 or 2 years with you to study. Those who leave the smallest villages and return to the city. So when she gave us 2 cakes, maybe she gave 3 cakes to the child of the other. And we, as children, were a little jealous. Why don't you give us the same thing, to take better care of the child, to take care of his own children? She always told us that you will understand when you grow up. The day you may not be next to us. And when you grow up, you understand. And we also learn to share with others. That's what we were made for. And I, in particular, I did a lot of household chores, what we might call the tasks of girls. I helped my mother wash the dishes, to sell her baths and everything. People may have made fun of me, my classmates at school, but it was a way for me to support her, because it's not easy to have her get up at 5 in the morning every day to bathe, to go to school. I was the first in the recreation. I ran in the area. I helped her sell her baths. My classmates made fun of me. I helped her as best I could. That's what marked my childhood. I found myself at 14 years old, free. When I said free, I found myself all alone. Free to do what I want. But you're not a child by age. It's in the head. And from that moment on, I understood that I had to take my life seriously. Because when I say free at 14, you're free to do what you want. You have the choice to be lazy, to stop working, to stop going to school. But also to continue to pursue, because since elementary school, we may tell you that we have always been first in class. But it's not for nothing, because Dad didn't have fun. He took all his time to teach us at home. And on the weekends, when you have a problem or an operation or a dictation that you didn't pass, you don't eat breakfast. That's how it happened. But it forged us. And it makes us the men we are today. And we want to be up to the task and pass it on to the children you are. And I think...
People, now you hear the brother. Young man, you know. Young man. My son. Me say, youths I call up on them because I'm strong, you know. Me say, hey, hey, me say it's an example to black leaders worldwide. Enough of them shame like a dog. Not of them want to get off of the gravy train on the Nepal because they decide if they stop thief the money. The freedom thing is not about the people, it's about the pocket. And that brother, I show a lot of people. A lot of things we say on social media. See that brother? Something else, people. We could continue.
Every parent should give their best. And you too, be grateful. And to recognize the work that parents do to take care of us, to take care of you. That's a bit of a summary. You can say my childhood, how it happened, what we went through. Don't fight for professionals. I must say that there is one thing. Today, I am the head of state. But I was, how can I say, I did primary, secondary, university, like everyone else. But the love...
What do you hear the man say? So, I don't know. The man studied geography.
Being a soldier has always inhabited me. As I said, the old man was a soldier before he became a nurse. Since childhood, I have been wearing this Rangers, this heavy helmet that was at home. So I know that he knew that I loved the job, but my mother never wanted to have a military child. And in the first year of secondary school, I did the competition of excellence. And in the second year of secondary school, my teacher wanted me to pass the British competition at all costs. But my mother opposed it fiercely. She saw the suffering of my father as a soldier. So she didn't want any of her children to be soldiers. She refused. I continued to work. I have a scientific passion. That's why I did a scientific field until university, where I was in geology. After high school, I still wanted to join the army, but my mother refused. But when she refused something, I couldn't force it, because if you force it, it's not good. So I continued. Another year of mastery. At university, I asked her again. I told her that I wanted to join the army. I was good at geology. I could do what I wanted. I had a lot of scholarship opportunities.
People, bright boy, you know. Man, and I don't say no. When you know the African are normal when it comes to education, not true? Are we seeing one that? You know, say we're not normal people. When you look when you look at this picture right here, and when you looking at the audience, as the camera pan and move from this man, look. No Jamaica, look, no we. We're not black people. And the same people we be. Look. The same black people struggle all over the world. They got Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, Haiti. You're going to see some people look just like this here. Struggle and look for your opportunity and can't get it. People don't say, anywhere going to the world, you know, see, like say, we there are back. And we always struggle no matter what kind of gold and diamond and silver we have. The brother, I think different people. People him think different. You want bet. If them people stand behind a brother, you want bet him culture be one of the richest. The man hold him gold. Gold will make the West rich. That's why they don't like him. Black people need to stand up. Enough is enough. And say Russia did a day, go show black Jesus. Look here, I not trust all that, you know. If Russia sit down on black Jesus, look here, people. Listen to me, Carlos Stark. Thank God for Russia do all of this and all of that. But hold on, in Russia, they know say Jesus black all a long time. We have the picture of the vault do. Then they painting there. We don't come here, people. So either help brainwash black people the whole time, you know. So we are king and show the black people them. Make every year them put white Jesus on the calendar. So I don't trust nobody coming on a friend. I saw Carlos look on it. Take your help. Take your help. Make sure say anything I sign. You know, call like a such man where I sign off everything and plus a body with a some more agreement. Right? Remember, we can't, no man is an island, no man stand alone, but you must stand tall. If you come in my country, I sign a deal. No sign agreement because I'm poor and hungry, and you take everything and I not get nothing. I don't understand me, I say people. Right now, I think people need to rise up as black people. Stand up strong, man. Man, I'll go sell out all them batting and some more agreement, you know. And then the type of deal them sign now. Man sign a deal for bring all prisoners come to Jamaica, come work on the road. How can disrespect that? You say, man, a bottom feeder. That youth make them look like an idiot. Brother, this is what the man say, boy, we equal under the sun. And that the brother I say. Even the people in that government, I get them pay chop. Tap. And people support this man. Enough people are give back half them salary. People in the country who are in support of this brother Yasso. They just love what he man do and support it. And why must say motivate the people? Because he don't want to pay. Tell me if a leader do that, what we do today. You may say the fish right from the head. Whatever you think you say going on the bottom is just a symptom of what's going on up at top. The fish right from the head. He must set example. His leadership make enough man in Africa in a Burkina Faso giving back half of them salary to help out them country. Self-help time. Giving back half of them salary before him. They just live with the money and them can live good enough. But there's more riches and rich and rich and rich and rich. And the poor can't even find clean water. But the brother set an example. He do not want him money. Can you imagine how them feel? He don't want him goddamn money. He don't want the president money. He want the little soldier money. And that him a take. He want the little civil servant money. And even though they might try to promote him, he don't want that. He don't have to be a colonel or a general because he's a president. No, people. The man want to stay at the level. He show humility and love for his people. You hear me say? You hear me say? It's an example set. Make no black leaders worldwide look like a thief and a bootlicker and a beggar. No ambition, no shame, no pride, no dignity. When we see pictures of this brother, videos after videos of the brother walk in a room, brother, you have to look at him. When the brother walk in anyway, you have to look at him. But stay there. Jamaica don't know where I go on. And I better send that video go to a family member. I'm going to pay, yo, what's the such man this? Yo.
Because I wasn't the last of the class, but it was a year of mastery that she gave me the authorization.
Mastery.
I did the academy test. I went to do my training. I became an officer of the army. I was convinced. If she gave me her blessing, she told me to do it this time. So I was convinced. I knew what I was doing. It's to tell you that, as I said, 14 years old, you find yourself alone in a big city. It's not easy. I was in a mixed high school in Dakarville, for example, in high school. But I lived in Sarfalao, which is about 7 kilometers away. But I told you that I walked for a long time. In the morning and in the evening, I walked and I came back. Until maybe a friend of a big brother lent me his bike. But I believed in what I wanted. It was, how can I say, it's a conviction. What the Father taught us since childhood. As I told you, He guided us. We always wanted to be better, and we didn't give up. The goal was to always be better at school, and that's why nothing could turn us around. And the education we received, even if we didn't eat, it's not that we should be discouraged. Yes, because the 3 years, the high school, it wasn't that simple. It was a bit difficult. One meal a day, very often. But it doesn't matter. I cooked myself. I did everything myself, but you had to be focused on the goal. What mattered to me was that at the end of the trimester, that's it. I have to have this means, and that's it. So that's what guided use, if I may say so. Does that satisfy you, or do I have to give you some more details that have... Okay, I'll pass the floor to my colleagues for the rest of the interview. Okay. Mr. President, we see that many of our brothers and sisters are not at school because of terrorism. What do you plan to do to support and facilitate their schooling?
Serious man.
Perfectly right. Many have been de-schooled by force because of this phenomenon that afflicts us. I think that at this school, we were able to open many schools, but we must say that our ambition is to be able to create modern schools. Modern schools in the sense that we must first create real groups. We must create all the socio-professional structures, and the school is part of it. We think every day about creating modern schools, because today there are many villages that cannot return to where people had to leave, because people are currently in certain centers.
Hold on, the people. I believe in that youth, you know. I believe in I'm dream and in vision. Yeah, man, I believe say we do what I'm saying, man, do. Why? Because and a money motivate him. And a money motivate him. What me say again? What me say again? Me believe leaders and money motivate. Now do not now garbage stand up in them country. I'll do the truck water when I get. I'll see which I run pan road. I'll garbage now pick up now in the country and people at pan floor hospital. When politicians motivated by greed and greed make them come in the office. And I'm one of them people. And it's not just one side that is motivated by greed. PNP and Labour right motivated by greed. They don't care about nothing, people. Look at them a script. Look at them a script. So under this a young youth, they not go to prison. They probably go for firing squad. No, look good people. Politicians motivated by greed. No. Under the young leader here, the man don't want to promote him. Why man don't want no promotion? The man don't want to get no bump. The man don't want to use him because my power. He get no, extra advantage over nobody. You understand me? He don't want that family. The man want to know, say, him satisfied with him look salary as a civil servant. Oh my God, that's what that says about service. What some people know about service, boy. Yeah. They want 300% raise. They leave office. They leave office, people, right away. Country cannot be better under leaders who think like this. No, people, look here. And if the PNP come in and not change, that the same thing to people. Back and forth, plunder the country. Zinc fence, they town dirty water in a street car, and the people them have a got politician office beg them back to school and this and that. Hey, while them rich at this, at that, this is what they talk about. At that, this is what they talk about. The wealth inequality. You understand me? At that, this is what they talk about. Some so rich and some not have none. Why you come beg and suck up? Them not in it for them. Look at me, call this a youth here, man. Can I youth make me proud as a black man, you know?
We have created a framework so that people can study, but it's not the best framework for us. So we want to bring people back to the big centers, but we want to create modern schools where children can thrive. It's not about having a classroom with a lot of staff where the teachers have a hard time teaching. Otherwise, this already exists. We have put in place a certain number of conditions, but the objective is to build modern schools. This year, we were able to build a few schools in some cities already. It's true that people don't have the information, but maybe soon the reports will be made. Schools were built even before the holidays in certain centers where there were enough people. But the
people, the man not play no game. People, the man come to really change the country, you know. And some people don't want to change people. They're mad because if they stay hungry and poor and become a hatchery to go serve rich people overseas, be cheap labor. From the Caribbean to Africa, we are the hatchery for cheap labor for rich people worldwide. They want to keep it like that. To pull up them embassy, to run it from a country and find no good in our country, poor and poverty. Them know that and the leader them work right with it. That's why I'm kick them out. The leaders, our leaders are work right along with the people. One of the believers that Jamaica have so much money but don't have MRI machine and CT scan and burn unit. One of the believers prefer to spend the money for empty building, tax administration building. Why don't you think them do all of that? Eh? Why don't you think they're going to spend money on Bustamante statue and go up a Devon House, go dig it out and put concrete up there, and national heritage site shouldn't be touched? Eh? Why don't you think they're going to spend the money on Grand Gala by the millions and get drone with light spanning? Just dash on the money. Say, why don't you believe? How much time on my page me tell us them things it's not no God accident? Why don't you believe? Eh? Why don't you believe when I spend money on Negril statue, Negril sign and Montego Bay sign, but still don't have the money for MRI machine and CT scan, road still bad, people still suffering? Me just get a message from Jamaica right a while ago. Why them tell me we spend the most and all them put more money in a part program? People, someone just called me and tell me they used to get 20,000, 18, 20,000 for the part program. Now they might get 5,000 people. Come on now. While some boy get 300% raise. Eh? In this country, what they would do with politicians like them there? Brother, look, listen.
When we bring people back to their schools, we want to create new schools where children will learn and thrive. So this process is ongoing. We have opened many schools since the start of the lockdown. Many students have resumed classes. Many closed centers have resumed classes. But we are in the process of building new modern schools so that children can study and have this.
Guys, I'll be right back. Short commercial break.
I don't want you to come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want labor rights carry that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
People, in reality, Mr. that brother, Mr. Some people don't like, oh, that brother run away France. Who are you to run away France? France was over there doing nothing. They said terrorists are killing them same way. People may say them people, they won't go help you so much people, but they want to see a country stay a certain way. Oh, ironic. All them country under France. Look at Haiti. You have barbecue over there. Lord Jesus. Eh? And the same thing, you know, overthrow government. It's like that them promote in a French-run country. Haiti, them overthrow the president. This brother man overthrow the president. Him overthrow the president. And we see what go on. Mirated. Lord God.
Same opportunities as those in non-affected areas. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we would like to know what the government is doing to guarantee the protection of children's rights and safety in Burkina Faso. I think that this is the main mission of the government. All the struggle that people are carrying out is to guarantee children's rights.
He said children's rights, people, and I believe him because he's not motivated by what? Money. He's not motivated by money. That's what I tell you. Say, all it needs is somebody who love Jamaica. I will go to war with them colleague for the country. You can't watch your colleague keep the country and you say love Jamaica and I come green teeth with boy and people poor. Mr. Beg you want money in the boss. My hungry guy been last night to the boss. You know, so don't be me, sir. You know, don't help me out. And poor people are beg from the beginning of time. Just can't see where we out. No matter what we have in our country as black countries. My God, that brother, shame so much of them. Some are dead and gone, some are holding out wear goddamn drawers with pamper. We soak up, you know what I mean? Look here, man, go and listen.
Say so. First, the right to life, which is a right for everyone. Everyone has the right to life. So everything that we are mobilizing, everything that we are currently doing to fight this terrorism is to guarantee, first of all, the right to life. And what is the right to life? Right to the protection of children. You see, when a father takes up arms, generally to fight evil, it is not for him that he does it. It is for you, the children. If he takes up arms and faces the enemy, he is ready to die. But it is to ensure your protection. It is to protect you. So it is our duty to create these conditions so that men can fight, but to ensure the protection of the children you are. We are living in a situation, but we hope that your lives will be better than ours. Those who do not have the right to a certain number of privileges will have this right tomorrow, because we are convinced that this condition can be renewed anyway. So we have to fight this evil to ensure your right to life, which is the elementary right, to ensure your protection, but also so that you can fulfill your duties, because there is not only the right. I think you know it well. The right is the duty. As much as we ensure your rights, we put everything in place so that you can express and do your duties. So it is the government's primary task to put everything in place so that you can grow up and educate you in fairly serene conditions. Okay? Did I answer your question? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Mr. President, We see that there are many children living with a disability who are not educated due to a lack of suitable schools or because their parents do not have enough money. What can you do to solve this problem? You are absolutely right. We have also built the same schools. And as you said, we have often noticed that we have not paid much attention to this issue for some time. We have built schools where, for example, for those with motor disabilities, we had not planned just the ramps to allow them to access the school and all that. But I think these are things that are currently being fixed. And as I was telling you earlier, we are trying to build modern schools. For example, for those with motor disabilities, they will have their elementary rights that can be respected in these kinds of schools. For those with visual disabilities, I think the arm is developing. So there are many factors that we are studying to integrate into these modern schools that I am talking about. We have to take into account the children with disabilities so that they do not find themselves on the margins. And though
the man say, you have to take in consideration the students with disabilities so they don't find themselves on the margin. So such man him lock down Promise Learning Center and bring in 50-odd Asian youth, bedridden youth. The man locked down Promise Learning Center, school for disabled youths of Jamaica. Said they don't have money when we're supposed to be the financial superpower of the Caribbean. We're supposed to spend the most. I want to hear the brother say, him care about the youth them with disability. I want to hear the brother say, real leader, you know. You know, you don't come from no leader down at the West End. No, sir. I pay bootlicker and beggar down there. Pay beggar and bootlicker. No man no respect you. Bully no respect you if you're a beggar. And I suck up to them every time. Please don't lick me in my head this morning. Please don't, man. Show, man. You lick me in my head yesterday. Every day me a pass, you lick me in my head. You lick me in my head lunchtime. You lick me in my head when I go back and go pee-pee. Don't lick me in my head again, man. Please, man. Oh, God, my head at me, man. Oh, God, man. Don't lick me in my head. You have to stand up to that bully there. When me go to school, 3 bully, me have to really discipline, you know. And the 3 of them never do it again, you know. People me take off 3 bully off of me. Not by running. You have to stand up to them. 3 bully in my lifetime in a school. 3 of them know me up till today. We are bridging now. But they remember clearly. 3 bully. You have to stand up to a bully. If you don't stand up to a bully, you keep running. Every time you see them run and Joe man, I lick me. Last time you see me take my lunch money, man, and Joe man. He take me lunch money again, man. He take it. Nobody lick me this. Bully no respect that. I must slap you get. You must stand up to any bully. That's how change come. We will continue to listen.
Was telling you earlier, we are trying to build modern schools. For example, for those with motor disabilities, they will have their elementary rights that can be respected in these kinds of schools. For those with visual disabilities, I think the arm is developing. So there are many factors that we are studying to integrate into these modern schools that I am talking about. We have to take into account the children with disabilities so that they do not find themselves on the margins. And those who do not have the means, we have to make the school free. There are many countries where education is free. Here it is possible.
Man, serious?
It is possible because we have spent time making us understand that we are poor, but we are not poor. Governance is the problem, and I think this is why we are rebelling and we are putting...
How do you hear what I say, boy? Listen, Jesus Christ. This is play the definition of corruption. You know, you can hear that, you know. One of us sorry for yourself, we're poor. We're poor, man. Carlos, man, every time you compare America to Jamaica, man, we're poor, you know, we are. I saw things said, man, you know, I don't say things said, I put a flour, I have quarter pound, a stick of butter, they have us. That's what I said. Eh? Because you have leaders in there, we're not in there for help. No, in there for help the people. They're not in there for lead them, in there for fatten themselves. Eh? How much more house them can get, how much more truck on the road. While them are serving a government to fix road and politicians have trucks on it. You know, the backside mine, I point to all the mountains to dig them out while politicians themselves have trucks. I jail them to go. Real prison. They don't love the people, them. We can't come up by them, the people, and come suck up and beg up to some other people. And them alone that get rich.
is the problem. And I think this is why we are rebelling and we are putting everything into action to create the conditions so that you cannot ask the children with disabilities if they do not have the means. Education must be a right. It is a right, and it must be a reality, and it must be free. The dream is to make it happen. Many countries are doing it today. Why in Burkina Faso we could not do it? So our fight is to be able to give free education so that there is no question of means.
Wow.
And to put all the conditions so that whether you live with a disability or not, you can benefit from education. You can be assured of that. Thank you.
People, and I believe people, me believe him. Me believe him will make it work because nobody believes so nobody can whisper in our ears and no big money. If you're not in it for money, you will not sell out your people. You sell out your people because you are in it for money. You know? You did it for money. Can't answer callers and tell you. This is some bullshit. Look here, people. I want you guys to know say, the leader we have in Jamaica, them demonstrate time and time again. They don't love the people. Everybody come to get rich. Look when the man and go in the maga people. I jail them figure. A real criminal them. They don't not love the people. Real criminal who do not love the people of Jamaica. Love what? They go, man. Love who? People. You think such man be busy with it? Eh? This brother, every time he walk in a place, me say, you want to see white people, man, look upon him, me say they love him. They love him, and some of them hate him too. Some of them want to be him, them think him a Superman. I tell you know that some people think, you know, there's a brother coming in the military, sit the fire stick pan, you know, left inside down, people. Man, left inside down. Nah, trust nothing, boy. I'm in around him. Eh?
And I like to say that if God is to give me $1 billion, everyone wants the money.
People,
everyone wants the
I want to listen how this man think. I'm going to hear another speech, guys, just to hear the brother think. Let's get in their mindset. How come we not have politicians that make our think like this? We need real leaders, man. Like everybody come with thief. This brother expose black leaders worldwide. You can serve the people who don't want to be rich forever. I want to listen to the man, you know. He make them look like a dead dark people. He don't make them look good at all. He show them up. He show up crooked leaders who are black leaders who come in and now serve them people well from the Caribbean to Africa who have been a traitor. Making other people a ton of keep the country poor. Jamaica have to be poor people. Engineered hardship. How many times I explain that on this platform? Engineered hardship. Let's listen to this brother. Listen, people. I say, them are argument to share it. Because we as people lack education. And because this video might not be, Lord God, whoa, hey, me belly. And something I tell you some other things. Some people might not find this interesting. And that's how we are lose ourselves, people. We are lose ourselves. We have become numb in the brain like some numb skull. Share this. Make everybody hear this. We could go and listen. This brother mindset. We could get in him psyche. Make us see how that brother feel. Listen this and think rather.
I like to pray, and I like to say that if God is to give me $1 billion, everyone wants the money. Everyone wants the fortune. So much for us to try to work. But if God is going to give me $1 billion francs, and I cannot give 50 million francs to a young person to help him do something without going out, I pray to God that he does not give me that $1 billion.
What do you hear the young man say? Me say for the hear the young man say, while some of them all and a scrape, non-stop scraping. Selfish, nothing for the youth them. Just for themselves them a scraper. Offshore account and foundation man picking them rich. Give a damn about nobody about you. Come to plunder. What is here for the poor people? Steal and rob from them. Got out the country. Eh? Leader after leader come do it. That brother make them look like a thief. Beggar. Eh? There's some that brother expose them and the man a talk to, yo, make we listen to the young man here, man.
I think I didn't have time to come and chat with you, and I am very happy about that. And a very important question for everyone, the security question. The University of Uri, Wavia, Fada, all these universities which are in the red zone, the question turns to the spirit. But there is a solution in court. I admit that I immediately learned that it is more given than Uri that there is no court at the university. I admit that I just learned it. I didn't know that it lasted for so long.
Real leader, admit. Send us learn something. Real leader. You're not too big with no PR stunt and pretty pictures and paintings and videos and tell the people them lie. You're in it to work the country to a better place, not to thief from the people. Him no want a presidential salary, people. The man just want him civil servant check in the military. Him no want to be promoted to no general, no colonel, and nothing else. Leave him where him hot. That's where he want to stay. Him not using power to trample himself in a wealth and position and possession like some other people who we know. Do you understand me, people? This brother has something else. Make we go and listen.
For the security of these institutions and other villages, what I can tell you today, if you noticed, the first measures we took were to correct our effects. Recruiting. So, the VDP, we have increased the effect by doing two classes, the VDP Communal and the VDP National. This means that the municipalities will remain in their municipalities to defend, and the nationals will be able to be employed everywhere. The idea is also to gradually convert the youngest to the army after a period of fighting. As far as the army is concerned, I think that there is currently a recruitment process of almost 6,000 men, if I am mistaken. And there will be more, because the challenge of manpower is the most important.
People, they say, I was reading, they say, the people are so motivated, young people, in bring life to them, people. It bring life to them. The young people are motivated and they want to serve them country in the army. They believe in this brother vision. They believe in what he must say and what he's doing. They say them even love him even more when he kick out France out of the country. So, you know, at them big bold move, people have never seen anything like this. The other leader, them are suck up. Yes, man. People are turning around while them are come take out the gold out of the country. While the youth them remain poor. Remember, he was a poor man, you know. But he was not a dunce. University youth. So, you see what I say? So the man step up and make them look like a fool. A pay thief around the world. Eh? This young boy, yeah. Me I tell you, say, make me proud as a black man. Me feel like I'm a son. Me not lie you. I feel like it's my son. Me feel like a father feel about him son. Proud, man. Proud. Me could continue to listen that brother here and kind of realize who him is more.
The fight is reaching a level where we can no longer afford to put small numbers on the ground. We have stepped up recruitment and training is underway. At the same time, too, the equipment is being acquired so that when it finishes its training, it can be immediately engaged in order to be able to come and secure a number of localities. So the question of security comes down to that. There is a question of manpower, a question of equipment, which is in the process of being resolved, because a fighter doesn't train him in 2 or 3 weeks. He needs a minimum of knowledge to be able to cope. And also, the enemy firepower is quite high. We are in the process of equipping ourselves to take at least 5 to 7 times more than his firepower to be able to dominate with our squad. So I can assure you that at the end of the training of these people, which should not be delayed normally, priority will be given to these cities that therefore carry the universities, and also to have the presence around the universities, so that you are not affected again in your academic activities. That will be our priority. Moreover, as far as Thomas Sankara is concerned, the concern has already been raised by your officials, and instructions have already been given to the Minister of Security to generate a force that must be immediately deployed there. With regard to Duri and Waiwia and the other centers, you may have noticed that we have redrawn the territory. Because we were in 3 regions and it doesn't allow us to quadruple effectively. We have redivided and created what is called the grouping of forces. And I think that for those who are in Duri, they must soon see the development. Waiwia too, I have even seen a march forward to demand more safety, which is normal. In the coming hours, you'll also see what's going to happen around you. So right now, we can't detail all the strategy that's in place, but the tactical part, we're putting everything in place in order for the units to be able to cope with it. And moreover, the units are in the process of proving something exceptional, of coping with the minimum they have. But we are also doing everything we can to ensure that they have the necessary equipment. So if I can give you a date for you to take over the court, I cannot say exactly what date it is. But I can tell you that by February, normally a wave should have finished its formation, and that we will inject into the field. They finish at the end of January and February, they will be injected into the field. And I can't say that we start with Dori or Waiwia or Degu or all these areas, his thing. But we are not going to detail the plan here. But we will do everything so that in the coming days there you are safe and you can go back and resume the course. That is what I can assure you. And that's the case for all universities. With regard to the question by Nancy Bonney, I think it relates to all universities. The number of dishes that is insufficient and the number of dishes with the IDPs today is not easy, I admit. I know that many students also have parents to place, and that makes it difficult. Parents cannot support, and it is you who are now obliged to support. I recognize that all this is complicated, but the corollary of all this is this war. And we have to fight so that in the coming days the temperature can drop and allow people to resume activities a little so that everyone can support the other.
Guys, we'll be right back after this short break.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie. Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me don't like people tell lie for me.
Guys, we do have empty slots for commercial, guys. If you have a business and you want it to, you know, air it on this channel, we have slots for commercial. Hey, link up, call us. If you have a business and you want it to get a push, you want to hear it on one of my slots, hey, we can push it in there. So this brother right here, Ibrahim Traore, is talking to university students at Burkina Faso, right? Burkina Faso. He talk to university students. I him talk to them, you know.
Les étudiants PDI, ça, nous allons essayer de prendre ça en compte.
But all IDPs from elsewhere today,
tous les PDI, d'ailleurs, aujourd'hui, nous sommes en train de lancer.
We are in the process of launching an appeal to be able to, as you may have noticed, there are many municipalities. We make the efforts to refuel, to live them. because that is what people are currently looking to eat first. We are fortunate that they do not reign at first, but we need to be able to meet these nutrition needs for all IDPs, and the effort is being put into that at the moment. We are in the process of looking for as many trucks as possible. Men are ready to engage, especially when it comes to bringing food to the people. They have no fatigue, they have no respite. And after that, we are also going to think about rehousing, redefining the employment of certain IDPs. And as far as students are concerned, it will be a matter of finding ways for these people to be able to integrate in the student society and be able to return to school. The challenge is enormous, I admit. There is a chance that Eric asked me the question, what courage did you have to take such a country? I said, this is my homeland. We are not going to take courage.
Wow.
The question of infrastructure has become known, the laboratories, the libraries, the internet. I think the internet will be resolved. Fortunately, the minister is here, as she has heard. I think that for the University of Ouagadougou, too, it is a concern, fiber optics. In any case, the work is ongoing. I think the connection is different. I hope that by June, it must be okay with regard to the internet. I hope so. With regard to laboratories and other effects, I recently discussed with a number of ministers our new cooperation with certain countries. Every time we go to a country for a new cooperation, I like to include the teaching component so that we can find scholarships, so that students can go and improve certain technologies and come back, and above all, so that we can acquire laboratory equipment, because I myself come from here, I do geology, and I know what the laboratory is.
How do you hear him? Really that? Really that? Oh, now you don't think I probably lead that to the youth them. They say him talk to the university student and they feel hopeful. See them there, sit down on ground everywhere. They say some of them could come inside. So I guess these people are outside, sitting on the ground, probably listening and speak on people. The youth them feel, you see when they're hopeless, and somebody come tell us, boy, me give you some hope. And the reason why I believe that this brother here is for real, it's the money. Money corrupts. Why you believe so much corruption? I think money have to be involved in a corruption. Money is involved in corruption. You want to run your country under, you want to make the people suffer, struggle. Make your mission is all about money. Put money above the people and see what happens. What make me respect that money? That money, you know, want the money. And the money people. The man don't want a promotion in the army. What I tell you, say, who don't want to be a general or sitting up here? Eh? You want some more stripes? Yeah. People, even don't want to be not more than just himself. Give him the little salary where the regular soldier them a get, and that him want. Him don't want no presidential salary. So, like, you know, on a presidential life either. Like when the normal president them used to live big life and 10 chicken for the day and one whole ostrich and a whole buffalo on the table all by yourself and fat around. No, people. The man said no want that. So we could listen some more. The man talk to the university students. Giving them hope. Them say the students are hopeful. Listening to the brother here. Because them, you know, everybody just come for tea from the youth them, and the youth them been backed down by terrorist attack. After terrorist attack at them can't go to university and talk to them people. And give I hope too, not just his youth. Yeah? Jaja.
I know that in all areas you need it, and in our future partnerships. So we are focusing on that so that we can re-equip our universities a little bit, our schools, so that students can really do that through this, that you can really look for and develop something new. How to adapt education is a very good question. I was answering the question with the elders. The new minister for youth who was installed yesterday, received a mission to be able to reform the educational systems with his comrades in higher education and in basic education.
Work for the people.
Because Burkina Faso is finishing the final year of high school, the destination is university. Why not in the meantime be able to professionalize training so that from one level, others will be able to directly be employed, and that university is a choice and not necessarily.
Me say all black people need worldwide is leaders who are not thief. That's all we need. The leaders who put the people first, who are not beggars, who stand up proud. From your boy till now, everybody make decision in our place and nobody stand up. Carlos, they will put sanction and they will put embargo. Because you know what? Black countries don't link up. If you link up, I can feed yourself and trade between yourself. What am I going to do? And the thing, what are the problem with them, the people on social media? You know? May I tell you, say, first time, them could have gone to other people's country and do anything they want to do, people. Because social media never about. People have no voice and they not see. With social media, people, is a total different baby. Do you understand me? You don't want to do something in one country and the rest of the world I see you right away, instantaneously. Social media, the man say it. And them not quiet them, and not silence them. The man said it. He said that everybody get a chance to talk on TV. Social media did it for him. And the people are, I see university students, them, you can see them smart. You know, the Africans are some of the brightest boy in the Western Hemisphere. You don't know that. Anybody we got a university boat here with African students, you don't know, so them normal and them take their education very, very serious. They take them education very, you can see them, a school youth them, see them there, educate, see them there. The engineers them, this, techies them, the scientists. May I tell you, African them strive for some type of education, not just a little teacher and all them things there. No disrespect to teachers. But Africans strive for some type of knowledge where they're like, whoa. We could continue to listen to this, brother.
It is a process that has begun, and he has received the mission, so he will quickly get to work with his other comrades to carry out his reforms. With regard to enlistment to be a VDP, I am very moved, very happy to see that we do not want it.
Somebody said, you'll be surprised to see who was paid for the terrorists. That's why I get them people out of them country. You think the man is an idiot? He just needs some people with bars to stand up and speak the things and say, you know, anything, you know, don't know what to do. But tired of this. But because they want the richest people, they want to travel documents, they want to fly going to other people's country, they want to keep their bank account in other people's country and them sinting people. It's about money. It's not money that motivates this man. The man give up his life, put his life on the line to serve the country as a soldier. Period. In the first place. Then he give up his life again to him go run, take over the country like this. A coup. It's a death sentence for that people. So if him coup never work out, whatever it feel with the coup, that means say him that dead now. It's kind of that kill him. Death sentence, but him believe in a change and people, because the sentence, the punishment for that is death sentence, people. Yeah, them execute you for that. The final say try to take over the government in a coup like that, yeah. But him believe, so see again, him risk him life even more, right there, so. So look at people. We could go and listen to the brother here.
But I have seen in a country at a given level of war, they have had to close universities, enlist students, train them, and deal with the threat. We hope that we will not get to that point. I am particularly pleased to see that there are fighters here.
This is NVST's best-selling soup.
I am particularly pleased to see that there are fighters here, that this age still exists among the students. We'll study and see, but we don't want to hire you to take Kalashnikovs, but we're going to hire you. We're going to hire you for how to make Kalashnikovs. So let us return to the concerns of Thomas Sankara University. This is a concern that has also been raised with the elders, and it is something that I have followed.
Real General.
I think that in October, there was still a fatal accident on the track. On Friday on Passé, if I'm not mistaken, I took the road to go to the BDP training center. I have been able to notice the 3 tests of this route. So as of this week, I am going to see with the Minister for Infra-Deafness what can be done in a matter of urgency so that the track can at least become a track again. And also I was saying for safety, so that has already been taken into account. Let us return to the question of patriotism. Well, fortunately, it comes from you.
Jaja, you hear that?
And I hope that patriotism is the one that drives you the most. Nothing beats the homeland. These young people have already understood that our homeland will never be anywhere else, and that our home is our home here. Those who don't want to fight for the homeland, I think you know them. I don't want you to be violent towards them, but we have to observe them like that. Continue to play the role of the erect. But we will find ways and means to go with the patriots towards the influence of our homeland. And this is a very important phenomenon, all the more so because people have called for civic education and everything to be brought back to the level of the universities themselves.
Civics.
But we will find...
Hold on. Civic education to be brought back. Jamaica, don't come here. They are calling for civic education to be brought back. We in Jamaica are calling for civic education to be brought back too. So is this an accident that them look like them take out civics out of them school and them take out civics out of school? Or no come here. Look what them are doing with them, man. Planting our leader them are work against we. Because them allow them to get rich and thief everything and lock them up. Because they have a plunger the people them who are come service the other people, them, make them, the rich people. Them. People, you hear the man say, people are calling for civics education back. Oh, ironic, people. That's in Burkina Faso. Civics education was taken out of school and they are calling for it back. We're in Africa. Look how far they are in Africa. So, in Jamaica, they take out the civics also. Come here, man. No, come here. Come here to the backside. Come here, not so fast. We listen while we are listening. We listen when we are listening, okay? The man says civics education. People are calling for civics education to be brought back. Is this a freaking accident? That in Jamaica also civic education was taken out of school. Ball for the same thing, bring back civics. And that me grew up in a school, you have civics pride. If you know about civics, you wouldn't throw up sweetie paper on the ground. Society break down because them take civics out of school. Come here, my people. Come here. Not so fast. Listen what the man say again. Me back it up.
Nothing beats the homeland.
Nothing.
These young people have already understood that our homeland will never be anywhere else, and that our home is our home here. Those who don't want to fight for the homeland, I think you know them.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be violent towards them, but we have to observe them like that. Continue to play the role of the erect. But we will find ways and means to go with the patriots towards the influence of our homeland. And this is a very important phenomenon, all the more so because people have called for civic education and everything to be brought back to the level of the universities themselves.
And me alone, I hear that. People are calling for civic education to be brought back in the university themselves. Jamaica, no come here. Jamaica, where they remove with civics. And what am I do with black people around the world? And me alone, I hear that, man. What am I doing with black people around the world, man? So we have a leader that might work against we. That's why this man are going to go kick out them backside. That's why the brother are going to go kick them out, you know. Jamaica, you hear the man say. They are calling for civics education to be brought back to university level. Same thing we have ball for in Jamaica. We had it. There was civics when I got to school. When we talk about in society, it was engineered hardship. And this platform, you hear me say it over and over, engineered hardship. Engineered hardship.
But we will find the formula to ensure that the level of patriotism of young people succeeds, so that people do not follow in the footsteps of certain people who have really lost everything. Now it is a question of guaranteeing the population of the liberated areas. I can't tell you here. If I tell you, it is public. If I am the enemy, I will adapt. You understand? There are many things that we cannot say publicly because we are helping to inform the enemy, to prepare ourselves to counter what we are doing.
Hold on there, man. Let me back up.
Fortunately, it comes from you.
Share this out.
And I hope that patriotism is the one that drives you the most.
I drive this man to serve, you know. The man patriot, you know, here politicians in Jamaica mention the word patriotism out of their mouth. None of them. You don't hear them mention this word, how to be a patriot, patriotism, serve your country, put it over money. Eh? Listen, people want to share this out as proud black people. This man to expose every crooked black leader, twisted way in it for money, and put money over the people. That's what you see happening here. This man, 35 years old, right? Probably about 36 now. Young man could have been my son. See him there? Fist pump. Any woman I meet in a military gear. Now let him pipe people. Now let him side piece. He not trust nobody. And the man them round him sharp like a secret service. Me I tell you, the man them move people. All the man move. And some serious man them. Because some people think say Africa have some look a maga man up in it and look hungry. Look on them. They're different from man who say Jamaica or anywhere black people there. Eh? They're not different. And they want to believe say Africa appear hungry people with piece of stick and look for gazelle and rabbit and look for the people them. They're not different from the people who live in Jamaica. We are black people all over the world. Let's look on them. Look on them. They're different from our family. We are brothers and sisters. We just want freedom. We just want to be free. Go check out the song in Tent City on YouTube. Tent City. We have a song named Tent City on YouTube. Why don't go check out the song, the people? Tent City. Everywhere we go, everywhere we're struggling. Eh? We're the same people. Look on we. Are we seeing one? You got Jamaica, see people like them and see we look just like them people here. Yeah? You got Haiti, see people look same way. Trinidad, Tobago, you go same way people. We are black people. But this brother have a different vision for him country. They can't believe them take out civics. We over Burkina Faso. Them take out civics out of school and take out civics out of. It is to show you there's a trend and a pattern. They are working on us. And a brother find it out real quick. A 35-year-old. Backside. We could continue to listen.
Rien ne vaut la patrie.
Nothing beats the homeland. These young people have already understood that our homeland will never be anywhere else, and that our home is our home here. Those who don't want to fight for the homeland, I think you know them. I don't want you to be violent towards them, but we have to observe them like that. Continue to play the role of the erect. But we will find ways and means go with the patriots towards the influence of our homeland. And this is a very important phenomenon, all the more so because people have called for civic education and everything to be brought back to the level of the universities themselves. But we will find the formula to ensure that the level of patriotism of young people succeeds, so that people do not follow in the footsteps of certain people who have really lost everything.
Maintenant, s'agissant donc de la question de
people. Civics teach you how to be a patriot. Why you believe nobody no busy about nothing in Jamaica? Nobody no march, nobody no protest, no more. People, I want to understand how they work on us. To be docile, and you wonder how the Jamaican people them stay. People, civics, you take pride in your country, you are a patriot. With civics out of school, you don't busy about nothing up here chopping. People, this is a design. It's engineered. The guns in our country is engineered. Killing. And the leaders are working with it, people. People may say the leaders are working. The leaders know what going on. As long as them get rich and they're all right, them stand up above the rest of black people and we're poor and hungry, them all right. That's why the brother got kick out them leader there in Africa. Because them work with it to keep the people them poor and hungry. And I tell the people them say, we don't have the money to do this, we don't have the money for that, but then rich and a thief money. And make other people and their goal are come out of the country. Goal are come out of the country. Man say, stop it now. Look here, man. We have one plant if you deal with the one goal, process with goal. What? Can you imagine that? Lord God, I could listen to that brother here, man, because I work with hard people and we have leaders and I work with them too.
Now it is a question of guaranteeing the population of the liberated areas. I can't tell you here. If I tell you, it is public. If I am the enemy, I will adapt. You understand? There are many things that we cannot say publicly because we are helping to inform the enemy, to prepare ourselves to counter what we are doing. We prefer to reserve surprises, but remember that the war that is going on is about battles. As you notice, there are days when we lose men, but there are days when we win. Generally, we don't communicate too much since it started. As they say, the purpose of this war is not to kill, but we have no choice. If those who have understood lay down their arms and join, we know what we can do for them. Those who have not understood, we have no choice. We have been forced to fight the facts with the deed, so that is what's here. The reduction in the number of political parties, I believe that there is a comprehensive reform underway. If we do not do it, it will never happen.
Je pense que c'est vous les décideurs. C'est vous les jeunes, c'est vous les décideurs.
I think you are the decision makers. You are the young people. You are the decision makers. And we are going to reform so that I think it should be of concern to everyone, so that people can unite. I do not think there are 1,000 different ways to develop the Bourgeois.
If you're looking to get a degree in IT or cybersecurity, UMGC is waiving their application fee through May 31st. You gain skills to become an ethical hacker and
I do not think there are 1,000 different ways to develop the bourgeonnage. There are certainly a lot of programs that cross paths. They must be able to unite in order to make a single program and therefore have parties, really, a reduced number of parties. Or failing that, we will draw up texts with their help to reduce this growing number of political parties. This is the very beginning of the cohesion and unity of the Burgundians. The party leaders must be able to unite, to create something great, to have a clear Their aim, therefore, is to carry out ongoing reforms which will be launched to the Prime Minister, who will convince a framework for consultation on these reforms. Look at my faithful companions. You have many followers. They are faithful. So don't worry. The peculiarity between me and my companions is that war is not all bad. War is all very well. It unites the fighter. So through the war, we went through a lot of trials and fires together. We've been through death together many times. It unites much more than anything. So that's the most important thing. So you can be sure that we have been together once in death. It is the strongest bond that can exist, which can easily... Betrayal is money, and it is this aspect that we must be very careful about.
Why man say, betrayal is what? Money. You must say? Money. If you're not motivated by money, you can bring change to the people. Our leaders are motivated by money, not change now come. Anybody can come by out with we have no pride with people. That's why you see out of us sitting and sell out in our country to some other people. We cheap. We call like a backstreet sitting. We're cheap. We're just cheap people. We're not stand up for nothing people. Yeah? And that happened to black leaders over the years. Just believe it's only the white man have all the power in the world. I would have surrendered with power and everything to them. Like we're on the plantation here, it's about time we stand up. Respect goes where respect come from. We have to work together on this earth that God give us. Right? You have the white man, the Chinaman, the Indian man, the black man. Respect go where respect come from. We need each other. And I respect you, you respect me. When I crawl up on my belly, come in a place and come beggy and all me do a beg. Me not try to lift up myself. Not even food security, me seem to take care of my place because me I beg so much and me dependent upon you so much. Me don't even want to provide food for myself. The dependency upon somebody yard for them dinner for them yard every night. You know if you buy grocery for your yard. And that I want to know. Licky from black people. Depending on other people to provide your night meal every night. You don't need to buy no grocery. That is what happening to black countries. That's why the people them can't move. And the brother, yeah, him have a different vision. We don't know where him come from, Moses. People all over the world love him, people. I tell about some people are grinding teeth right now because, hey man, I change everybody's mind now. I can't get to oppress them and use them again. But I say, if every black country stand up and rise up, what am I going to do? Kill we out? Eh? Come on, man. But Russia, they on them side, people. That me notice, Russia step in, but you know, Carlos say, we not no friend. I saw me see it. We not no friend, brother. Take the help you can get help and just be careful and stuff like that. Cause when it come to we not no friend. Because I say, why Russia does Russia say them have these stuff from long time in them vault, but Jesus is black. Why don't they let that go now? Eh? I this going over there, so no make them do that. Because them a seek friend and a suck up. Them have the vault full of information about black Jesus. Why Russia does expose that now? Why? You never ask yourself why? Me come on this platform before I may ask the question, why is it? Russia knows said Jesus black, right? And them have this tough power. How long now? So that tell me say there was part of the thing to oppress you too. They can't make you feel powerful. So they were playing the part of everybody too. So they can't just rush in now, show some black Jesus and say, yeah man, you're Jesus black man. And can them see a vacuum now? And that's what I say. We're not no enemy, so we're going to take the help, but we must be careful. We'll continue.
I often have a prayer that I like to say and that I continue to do, especially from my current position, because I often do not understand some people who are unable to help others. I like to pray, and I like to say that if God is to give me $1 billion, everyone wants the money. Everyone wants the fortune. So much for us to try to work. But if God is going to give me $1 billion francs and I cannot give 50 million francs to a young person to help him do something without going out, I pray to God that he does not give me that $1 billion.
When you hear that, people, a real talk, that's what man make a while ago. You know, hear the man say. If you can't give people half of that, for help, young people half of that, for help themselves, you pray to God not give him the billion. Like few leaders, a billionaire, they want to, you know. Yeah, man, few leaders, them, yeah, man, all we leader them, when they left out the office, they're rich, man, they're gone. Everybody want to turn billionaire pound with people. They don't care about the people, they appear show off and styling for poor people. What we say? Peer styling. They don't love poor people. They don't love him, man. Peer chattings. Love way. Look here, man. Look here, man. Look what this was going on. When I eat that, you know. This was going on. It's a Niger leader. Things are one Africa now. Pay attention to brother and sister. Them, you know, can we get caught up and one go Europe?
Strongly.
One go Europe and one go West. We don't know what go on in Africa. Me not go back to Africa, man. Me not go back to wear piece of cloth or me and go hunt for gazelle. Stay there.
Head of State of Niger, General Abdurrahmane Tiani, strongly denounced the economic exploitation and pillaging of his country's resources by France. General Tiani revealed that France has been shamelessly robbing Niger for over 107 years, and he emphasized that France must pay in cash the debts accumulated over 65 years of systematic exploitation of their natural resources. This assertive statement highlights the deep-rooted economic inequalities and exploitation that many African countries have faced for decades, and it calls for an urgent and radical change towards a more equitable distribution of resources and wealth between the developed nations and the developing countries.
People,
in a recent interview, the head of state of Niger,
General... I want to understand why you know, Africans are step up, you know. Countries in Africa are step up.
The head of state of Niger,
and they are demanding changes. They now be no slave again like we say I go to Jamaica. Pure slave talk and nonsense. Pure slavish talk at Jamaica from a few leader them. They're not stand up for nothing, people. They're not stand up for nothing, people. Nothing else offer.
The Burkinabe transition captain Ibrahim Traore
listen this.
expressed his concern over the issue of exorbitant salaries being paid to certain civil servants and executives.
Want to listen to this? Make no save Lord God. We say to share this. Two politicians are love because they are motivated by greed. Here the man is. Hear this man angry about. Hear what Ibrahim Traore is angry about. More to hear we are bad at the man. Maybe them are the thing I want motivate. That motivate him to do what him do. We could listen what this brother is angry about. Oh my God. Are we going to hear that from our leaders? He man expose them. We could listen.
Of the Burkinabe transition captain Ibrahim Traore expressed his concern over the issue of exorbitant salaries being paid to certain civil servants and executives in the country.
Listen.
He strongly denounced this practice and emphasized that such a situation cannot be tolerated.
You hear that?
In his statement, he pointed out that it is unfair for some individuals to earn millions of salaries per month, while others in the same society struggle to even afford basic necessities such as clean drinking water. In the video, Captain Ibrahim Traore firmly expressed his opinion on the issue of wages. He stated that it's not a decrease in wages that's required, but a correction, and there's a need to balance everything out.
Listen.
In his view, each society decides its own way of remunerating, and it's not acceptable. He emphasized that everything needs to be based on a principle, and it's time to correct the imbalances.
Yes.
Captain Traore believes that some employees may see a decrease in their wages, but it's for the greater good, and the masses need to understand that. He emphasized the need for contribution to the state, noting that everyone needs to do their part to help. Captain Traore firmly believes that the state cannot have millions of salaries, while others struggle to have basic needs like drinking water.
Wow.
He believes that balancing things out is necessary to serve those in the villages who have basic needs.
People, God damn it. What if every black leader was thinking like this brother? The man not in there for money. He must bring change. Change must come if you're not in it for money. Because money will buy out politician other forces come in because they have to keep you poor. What do you think say we're poor from the Caribbean to Africa? Or the things say our kind just poor so because we can't do better and we're too dumb to come out of the dust? People, our leaders, work with other people to keep it like that. That's why this man kick out leader like them there at Africa. Listen they feel about him people and him country. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man.
Expressed his opinion on the issue of wages. He stated that it's not a decrease in wages that's required, but a correction, and there's a need to balance everything out. In his view, each society decides its own way of remunerating, and it's not acceptable. He emphasized that everything needs to be based on a principle, and it's time to correct the imbalances. Captain Traore believes that some employees may see a decrease in their wages, but it's for the greater good, and the masses need to understand that. He emphasized the need for contribution to the state, noting that everyone needs to do their part to help. Captain Traore firmly believes that the state cannot have millions of salaries, while others struggle to have basic needs like drinking water. He believes that balancing things out is necessary to serve those in the villages who have basic needs.
People, do you think those people, well, they're millionaire where I get all their money there, you think they want the gravy train stop run? Who is he? I don't care. He don't want his check. He can live poor. I don't want to live poor. I want to have my yacht. This man don't care, people. They, you know the man I say? Oh my God. And in Jamaica, 300% raise. Rich. And the people in Jamaica can't even find water. Poor. I come beg them back to school in a politician constituency office. They don't care about the people. That brother, yeah, inspire me, man.
Captain Traore emphasized that everyone needs to understand that there are many challenges in Burkina Faso, but it's necessary to build roads and provide drinking water to those in need. He believes that the state needs to balance things out to ensure that everyone has access to the necessities of life. Please allow me to share a brief video clip featuring Captain Ibrahim Traore discussing the subject matter. Although the speech is in French, I will provide a translation to ensure better comprehension.
Not a decrease in wages, but a correction. For some, it might be a decrease. For others, it might be an increase. For others, it will remain stable. But I don't want to go into too much detail. I don't want to create problems. But the way it happens is not good. First of all, it's too disparate. Each society functions in its own way. Whether it's the wage grid or the board of directors, each one decides how to remunerate. It's not good. We have to balance everything and have a principle. That's what we're trying to do. In principle, maybe some will see their wages go down, but it's for the masses to understand.
Mr. President, you say that the structures are not the same.
Yes, the structures are not the same, but we have state societies, so everything has to contribute to the state so that it can have something. Because what is the state? Wherever we go, people ask for roads. How do we do it? We have to build them. We have to build them. People don't have drinking water. We have to make enough money. There are so many challenges in Burkina Faso, but we have to use it. We can't have millions per month of salary while others drink water from a tap.
Over here, Lord God. You will never hear from black leaders. Something you will never hear from black. Tell me, people, most black leaders are criminal, you know. Thief, you know, if you belong in a jail, you know, and love them people, you know. That brother may say make them look like a criminal, a beggar. Make you listen to you, man.
We have to balance so that we can serve those in the villages who have basic needs and the people who will excuse us. That's how it is. We have to balance a little.
So Captain Ibrahim Traore, a 34-year-old military officer, has become known for his unconventional decisions. A few months ago, he made headlines when he renounced his salary as the head of state in Burkina Faso's transitional government. Instead of relying on his presidential salary, he preferred to live on his income as a captain in the army.
Wow.
This decision was announced by Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo, the government spokesman, at the end of the Council of Ministers. Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo, a spokesperson for the Burkinabe transitional government, announced that the president of the transition, Captain Ibrahim Traore, made a remarkable decision to continue receiving his captain's salary.
Hear that?
This decision, according to Ouedraogo, is an exemplary act that demonstrates the spirit of sacrifice and selflessness that is needed in these trying times in the country. This gesture by the president shows his commitment to leading by example and his willingness to make personal sacrifices for the good of the country. It is a noble act that deserves recognition and appreciation from all Burkinabe citizens.
Gotcha.
This event is not the first time that Captain Ibrahim Traore has made such a decision. He has previously displayed a devotion to serving his country, which he demonstrated by refusing to accept a higher rank in the army in order to focus on his role as a public servant. He has also been known to visit hospitals and orphanages in his free time, showing a dedication to the welfare of his fellow citizens. Captain Traore's actions have been praised by many as a sign of his integrity and commitment to serving his country.
Integrity.
His decision to renounce his presidential salary has been seen as a way to set an example for other politicians to follow.
Guys, a short commercial break. I'll be right back.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie. Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to.
Lie.
Because he's a proud man, you know. I don't like people tell lie for me.
Guys, let's listen to this humble brother. Lord Jesus. Can you imagine if politicians across the world, black politicians that talk like that, brother, care about people. It's not about money. I can get rich and drive Range Rover, have 10 houses. Just thief from the people, them. Sell out the resources behind them back. Betray them, keep them poor. Doing everything other people tell them to come do to them. Some more agreement, the joke, the cashless, the needs. Everything, every experiment in the world. You take money for try upon the people, them. Someone will lead that for going, you know? Sure.
And to show that leadership is not about personal gain, but about serving the people.
Lord God.
We sit now.
Lord God. Don't you hear that? When the man say, well, leaders now. People, me back it up just a little bit before the commercial so you guys don't miss nothing. They must say that's so important. I want you guys to make people hear this. Do you hear me? Changes that come to the people of Africa. And we are watching. The world is watching. Because some boy think they say, I'm going to go bully them people like a first time, a different time, because social media bright. Social media is bright.
To continue receiving his captain's salary. This decision, according to Ouedraogo, is an exemplary act that demonstrates the spirit of sacrifice and selflessness that is needed in these trying times in the country.
My God.
This gesture by the president shows his commitment to leading by example and his willingness to make personal sacrifices for the good of the country. It is a noble act that deserves recognition and appreciation from all Burkinabe citizens. This event is not the first time that Captain Ibrahim Traore has made such a decision. He has previously displayed a devotion to serving his country, which he demonstrated by refusing to accept a higher rank in the army in order to focus on his role as a public servant. He has also been known to visit hospitals and orphanages in his free time, showing a dedication to the welfare of his fellow citizens. Captain Traore's actions have been praised by many as a...
Hold on. What them say the man refused the role, higher ranking of the army to continue with his role as public servant. Like such man wife. They don't care about people, how riches them want. She don't care about being a public servant, or else should have a foundation with battered women, kids, and orphans and all these things. And there's a such man wife should have there, not in a politics. Presidents and prime minister wife put them life, dedicate their life to service. But because them people are in that, and money they want, she have to hold an office and I get big this and big that. It's about money. Me said this brother right here, his action is exposing dirty, bad, poisonous leaders worldwide.
sign of his integrity and commitment to serving his country. His decision to renounce his presidential salary has been seen as a way to set an example for other politicians to follow.
Yes.
And to show that leadership is not about personal gain, but about serving the people.
Gotcha.
The executive has also issued the repeal of a decree issued in April 2022 by Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henri Sandaogo Damiba. The decree pertained to an increase in the salaries of the president and members of the government. Damiba had raised the salaries of government members to such an extent that one minister was receiving more than 2 million FCFA in salary. The recently repealed decree reestablished the 2008 decree, which had set the remuneration of ministers.
Hold on. That's all like somebody I know robbing from the people before him come in there. That's why him have to take over the country, you know. Politicians are robbed from the people like a such man, 300% raise. Same way. So much salary. Me say, listen here, man, if it sounds familiar, black leaders all over the world, people, them have a mandate to keep them own people down while them stay rich. Them got a university, not to help them people with the education that them gain, but to them can game the people them. Black leaders go to go get them education, got a university, not to lift up the uneducated black people them, but to game, pay head game and scheme the next black man while they take money from other people and get rich and sell we out. That brother I make we know everything what I go on. And a long time I tell about them thing about you see what I go on in Africa explains clearly. Listen.
His decision to renounce his presidential salary has been seen as a way to set an example for other politicians to follow, and to show that leadership is not about personal gain, but about serving the people. The executive has also issued the repeal of a decree issued in April 2022 by Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henri Sandaogo Damiba. The decree pertained to an increase in the salaries of the president and members of the government. Damiba had raised the salaries of government members to such an extent that one minister was receiving more than 2 million FCFA in salary.
My God.
The recently repealed decree reestablished the 2008 decree, which had set the remuneration of ministers between 155,000 FCFA and 1,205,000 FCFA. In addition to this decision, the ministers have decided to follow in Traore's footsteps and donate 50% of their salaries to the National Solidarity Fund.
Want to hear that? Leaders donate 50% of them salary. 50%. Because they was getting too much. And the brother motivate them by him not coming in a script like the rest of leader them. And that motivate them. I mean, him on a scraper. So the fellas say, I'm right, he didn't know want no money. Oh God, we feel bad. We have to go give back some of this money because that shows that we're in the script. Him expose the world black man them will lead in the world. Because listen, they have to give back 50% people because they feel bad. Criminal them.
This fund was established to provide support to people in difficulty, especially those who have been displaced by terrorism.
Hold on.
This act of generosity to follow in Traore's footsteps and donate 50% of their salaries to the National Solidarity Fund.
Listen.
This fund was established to provide support to people in difficulty, especially those who have been displaced by terrorism. This act of generosity and solidarity on the part of the ministers is commendable and is a clear indication of their commitment to the welfare of the people of the country.
If such man did love the people, him that set example, and the other ministers them follow. Not even one of them salary them give away in a big C. Me think so the man them say, okay, I'm gonna give away 3 months salary to some struggling people in the constituency during the big C. People not even that them free up. Not even that them free up. Peer scraping. I remember them rich, you know. Remember them wealthy, you know. World for property, them have a house with pay off and they not paying a mortgage for them, you know. Someone who don't get that chicken box over no headache, you know. Boy, expose them.
In addition to this, Traore has implemented a range of measures to boost economic growth and support entrepreneurship. One of his most notable achievements is the introduction of historic tax cuts, which have helped to stimulate investment and create jobs. In addition to this, he is working closely with the private sector to provide young entrepreneurs with access to capital so that they can start and grow their own businesses. Another example of Traore's ingenuity is the concept of popular shareholding. This involves the privatization of government holdings and projects, which allows the public to invest in their country and share in its success. As part of this initiative, Traore put up 20% of the government's phone company for sale to the public. The sale was a great success, generating $60 million for the government, which was then used to fund critical projects.
You hear that? Then they will call when they sell out the national assets in Jamaica. If Duns River fall, I sell, some other people get it. You hear that? Man with a vision for his people. You see, them can do it. You see, the people can lift up themselves. You see how much money they make after they sell it back to the people. They don't need nobody to do that. Do you see how much money these people make? Eh?
He is working closely with the private sector to provide young entrepreneurs with access to capital so that they can start and grow their own businesses.
Really, that.
Another example of Traore's ingenuity is the concept of popular shareholding.
Listen to this.
This involves the privatization of government holdings and projects, which allows the public to invest in their country and share in its success.
Listen.
As part of this initiative, Traore put up 20% of the government's phone company for sale to the public.
What?
The sale was a great success, generating $60 million for the government, which was then used to fund critical projects. Overall, Traore's commitment to economic growth and entrepreneurship is helping.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. This man has show up the other leader them all over the world. Black people all over the world, from the Caribbean to Africa. You see what I want here? You see say we can be better? Our own leader them do it. Make we listen to them again.
Another example of Traore's ingenuity is the concept of popular shareholding. This involves the privatization of government holdings and projects, which allows the public to invest in their country and share in its success.
Uncle such man's make money out of SSL and take film loot and gone. Uncle some people can't put money in a certain place. The rest of the country not involved in nothing about ya. When they take money from NHC, NIS, money from the Banana Catastrophe Fund, and National Housing Trust money, and Ministry of Agriculture, 5 different entity money in a SSL, and you take your money and gone. You don't care about the country. Jamaica, you know here what going on? Like Jamaica, seriously, you know here what going on? Don't this expose criminality? Because now you see how things should have been. Now you look for your country, reflect on your country. Now you hear how things should have been, how leadership should have worked. Real leadership. Make us continue.
Part of this initiative, Traore put up 20% of the government's phone company for sale to the public. The sale was a great success, generating $60 million for the government, which was then used to fund critical projects. Overall, Traore's commitment to economic growth and entrepreneurship is helping to create a more prosperous future for his country. His focus on innovation and collaboration with the private sector is creating new opportunities and driving progress across a range of sectors. Ibrahim also surprised many by making a bold statement. He declared that he would defend his people's right to protest, even if it meant protesting against his own actions. As a servant of the people, Ibrahim believes that it is his responsibility to protect their rights and ensure that their voices are heard. Ibrahim's consistent statements about his commitment to safeguarding the country's future have been a breath of fresh air in a continent where leaders often view themselves as kings and the people as their subjects.
Lord God. Eh? Can you imagine how they love this happening? Jesus Christ. It's like a rock stone and a weight lift up over black people. Eh? The man say you can criticize him. He's open for criticism. Open day. Field day. My God. Can you imagine how they welcome him, the young people? Can you imagine how the old people them love him? My God.
Sector is creating new opportunities and driving progress across a range of sectors. Ibrahim also surprised many by making a bold statement. He declared that he would defend his people's right to protest, even if it meant protesting against his own actions.
Go protest at Jamaica and see what do you. Go and go protest. Or go bad man, they can protest for no police over them. And then burn down the place and burn tire in a road. But other than that, go protest at Jamaica and say, you hear man I say? Because protest put him in a power. A protest get out the other one, fight and protest get out the other corrupt leader. So you understand what I'm going to say? The man, a military coup, because it seems as if who was in there was taking advantage of the people. You understand me? Taking disadvantage of the people, man. Going in with them bad corrupt self. And the man set an example, make other people feel bad and I give back half of their money. Half of the money they give back. Example is set from top. Real leader.
And entrepreneurship is helping to create a more prosperous future for his country. His focus on innovation and collaboration with the private sector is creating new opportunities and driving progress across a range of sectors.
Private sector, PSOJ. What politicians do with private sector in Jamaica, I just like to say them go grease and palm. They're not busy about poor people, boy. Not them do them people that they have with palm in consideration. They're not consider us. People. We're not here a place where I run. Me not. Look here, you guys might not believe in politics, in his military, this and that. But there are some things I'm sure we can take from this brother right here. There are some things we know we can adapt, imitate, emulate from this brother here to make a country a better place. I think once the motive behind serving the country is not money no more, it's patriotism. There's nothing can stop us but black leaders learn to be bigger thieves. They're in the office. They want the biggest car, the biggest house. They must reach on everybody. Snakeskin purse, alligator skin shoes, and Italian suit. Kardashian lifestyle them a live when them country are squalor. Just like Jamaica. PR stunt. Then they put money on PR stunt in Jamaica. Millions of dollars and advertisement and pretty stuff on social media and even write up in a paper. That we're the financial superpower of the Caribbean when not no go so. You understand me? And them want to thief the money just to comfort the brain and to brainwash the people them are not now go on. This man a real leader. He no want no money. Just give him local public servant money from in the military and he's fined. So he's motivated by what? Service and patriotism. Let's continue.
Ibrahim also surprised many by making a bold statement. He declared that he would defend his people's right to protest.
Yes.
Even if it meant protesting against his own actions.
Hear that?
As a servant of the people, Ibrahim believes that it is his responsibility to protect their rights and ensure that their voices are heard. Ibrahim's consistent statements about his commitment to safeguarding the country's future have been a breath of fresh air in a continent where leaders often view themselves as kings and the people as their subjects.
People, before we go for it, see? That's up on this page. Me have a 2x4. I'm not pardon nobody. Me swing it both ways. Because whenever I see leader come talk like this, which one of the leader in Jamaica will talk like this? It exposed them, you know. This is not a joke. This is not a joke or go on, you know. It exposed them, you know. It exposed black leader worldwide. They look like beggars and thieves. Beggars and thieves. Exploiters working with others to hurt them own people. That's why this man has see it and get out the other people, the French, them out in place. Come and say, what the French them did there? The military, French military did it. The man them turn up. The terrorists attacked on a university and all of that people. They must suffer. Puppet master play the string behind the scene. I play if you come for help. To just sit down in your land. The man get rid of him, man. Get rid of them, man. So look here, I could do one thing here, man. God, I could listen.
He frequently emphasizes that he and his comrades have been entrusted with a mission to create a better future for their country and its citizens. These statements have resonated with many people who are tired of the corruption and self-interest that plague political leaders. Ibrahim's willingness to put the needs of his people first, even if it means challenging his own actions, is a powerful example of true leadership. His dedication to serving the people has earned him the respect of many, and his words continue to inspire hope for a brighter future. Burkina Faso is currently locked in a territorial war with Islamic insurgents. This was the primary reason for the coup that took place. The country's military was decimated by al-Qaeda-backed terrorists. But with Traore now in power, many young people have joined the ranks to safeguard their country. Traore boldly partnered with Russia for security assistance when Western nations, including the now corrupt United States, stood against progress. It is no surprise that globalists want to maintain the status quo of the poor remaining poor. But Traore will not stand for it. In terms of his political ideology, Ibrahim Traore is a practical solutionist. He will not tolerate inefficiencies that hold his country back. For instance, despite being one of the world's largest suppliers of gold, Burkina Faso lacked its own refinery, forcing miners to export raw ore to European countries. But now he has commissioned the building of a gold refinery that will create jobs and bring wealth to the country. Traore is a man who pays attention to the details.
People, real leader to backside. Real leader. My God. Other leaders sell out the black people and keep Africa poor. This man action enough. I said, you know, is exposing corrupt black leaders from Africa to the Caribbean. We could have been better people. Here ya. Ah, Jesus. Them said the man pay attention to details. Make we listen. Back him up a little bit.
Burkina Faso lacked its own refinery, forcing miners to export raw ore to European countries. But now he has commissioned the building of a gold refinery that will create jobs and bring wealth to the country.
Wow.
Traore is a man who pays attention to the details. He is not satisfied with Burkina Faso exporting tomatoes to the world while still importing tomato paste from other countries. He has deemed this unacceptable and, as a result, commissioned the construction of a tomato processing plant that will create jobs, maintain food security, and produce many food products.
You hear that? You hear about our man who have a vision. You hear about a man who have a vision for the people. Them. No, this is somebody say, with the assassination part of us, it's always us that cause it to happen. Now we are the sellout, you know. Them can't get to we, but we, or we make them get to we. Gaddafi is same way. You know, same people them do it, are we. Saddam Hussein, same way, are we. It's always the people then. Your enemy can't get to you like that, people. And the closest around to get buy out and sell out. Because right now, them say in Burkina Faso, you have people, you have resistance there who want to keep the status quo. They want to keep it the same way, so they must fight to keep it the same way, to be ruled by other people, to be that slave. They must fight to continue to be a slave, kind of. You know what I'm saying, people? So you always have them type of black people there who ship overload, ever throw them overboard kind of situation. Look, listen.
While still importing tomato paste from other countries. He has deemed this unacceptable and, as a result, commissioned the construction of a tomato processing plant that will create jobs, maintain food security, and produce many food products. Moreover, Traore has already begun the construction of a world-class health facility worth $80 million. He has partnered with the private sector for all these projects because he knows that the government is inherently inefficient. Traore is a man of action who will not let anything stand in his way. In conclusion, we would appreciate your feedback on the matter. If you found this content informative, kindly consider subscribing, liking, and sharing it with
people. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this brother here, Ibrahim Traore, in Burkina Faso. Tell me what you think about this guy in the comment section. Don't you think we can learn a few things from him? Matters not what you care about him, politics or military style. I don't know. Don't you think that there's a few things we can learn from him, people? You know, it's like, nobody run and said if he stop thief. No, sir. The man is not about money. We said, finally, come on my page, you talk about black leaders. Most black leaders from the Caribbean to Africa are the worst thing. They must thief, they must sell out. They are working with other people to keep it poor. You have to keep the artery poor. In that way, you can see embassy and them place they full up every day. Why do you think embassy full up? Because they advertise at a place, say the shining light and the air, the land that the free and the brave. and blah, blah, blah. And we can look for your country as a SOL country. You see what I'm saying? In reality, people need to stand together, and if them boy never work with against the people, with the all right people, they are working against us. That's why this man kick them out. A military, you know. Military come kick out the leader, them politician. That military do, if you guys don't understand. Kick out the politician, them, because the politician them work against the people. Peer promise and lying to the people. Working with other people to keep the people poor, take the gold out of the country, gone make other people rich. Someone said, no, tap, no. All gold must be processed here. We can make gold bar and sell it ourselves. So the refined process will control every dollar. Just like Jamaica, we sell with dirt, backside dirt. We don't value nothing. Jamaica don't benefit from that. Look how many decades we do that. Now, whenever you have a place we can process we own backside, that means say, when we sell anything from the backside, we sell raw aluminum, whether in a sheet or blocks or whatever you want, whatever farm you want it in. But we have aluminum to sell, so we have the finished product. Because buying the raw product is like a wholesale where you get it cheap. Knowing that we have the best aluminum worldwide, you wanna tell me that you said that give it the dirt like nothing? They not think, Jamaica people. That's why water and reach to own. They not think. This over there is not motivated by money. That's the difference. When the politicians are motivated by money, not fix. Because others can come to them and tell them, say, keep them that way. Don't forget no and the hatchery to run where them come to your embassy every day. Run the place hot where everybody want to run away from your country to come to my country because I need those low budget income earners to service my rich people here. You know what I said? Guys, I hope this makes sense to you guys. It has been like 3 hours, 2:57. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Share this, guys. Don't make me time and my work go in vain. Can I really do some research on this? And yeah, I'm bringing it to you guys. And these kind of arguments in our ear everywhere appear passa and nonsense. So must I tell them I appreciate everyone who accompany us to hear something different today. You know what I'm going with people. And this motivate me, even though they are in a different part of the world. I mean, it motivate you guys too. Like, wow. Guys, and I'll make you guys go up on YouTube and go up on the internet and do even more research. This video is going to make you guys go find out who is Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. Some of you guys are here for the first time because it's not Nigeria, it's not Kenya, it's not Ethiopia, it's not none of them popular country that we used to hear. But this is a country where nobody know. The only reason why we know this country is because what is taking place there, Burkina Faso. And this young man, 35 years old, making a difference. And there are people all over the world who love him. Very handsome young man, could have been my son. The man don't even bleach. Black people, you don't have to bleach to be beautiful. You don't have to bleach to be handsome. Melanin is very expensive. Be careful what I do. I love you guys. As usual, I am a student in your guys' class. Please make sure your comments make sense in every sentence. If this is the first time on my platform, I like the work I put in. Come here and put in the work, people. No play thing around here. And you like the comment section and the people interact. We have family around here, not no fans and no followers. Find some other page, go find fans and followers over there. Over here, you are family members. Serious thing over here, sir. If you like that, subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook also. And if you don't like how we do, please no comment no issue, no bag of doo-doo. And me know I ain't nothing with you. People, the offering tonight, don't forget, even though, you know, the offering tonight before you guys leave, don't forget to throw the offering in the plate, in the collection plate. I may ask a few of you guys here to take the offering plate around the room and make us scrape up these offering what I'm about to talk about right now. We're going to sing the offering song, right? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Give it with love, store it above, don't give your likes with a willing heart. Give it with love, store it above, give your likes with a willing heart. Come again, give it with love. Store it above, don't give your likes with a willing heart. Give it with love, store it above, store it above, give your likes with a willing heart. Guys, at this platform, we have family, manners, and respect. Thank you so much for watching this video. Jamaica to the world. And like I said, there is, in this video, there's a lot of messages, a lot of knowledge we can learn from. And like I said, this brother make Jamaican politician look like thief, real criminal. Not only Jamaican, leaders from the Caribbean to Africa, even neighboring countries in Africa. When the people watch all these things, and I say, well, go in a this country, they might wonder why my politicians so rich and I collect so much money off of me. Imagine in Africa, right? Neighboring countries in Africa, and the people in India listen, oh, this man don't want to check, they want a paycheck as a president. He just want him civil servant money as an army man. And he don't want no higher position than the army for. Not because him do this. Brother, a man to cut them pace. Man, if I talk about man, I get to pay. Everybody run and give you half of them salary. Guys, can you imagine if we have that Jamaica? What a beautiful land we love. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Jamaican Carlos. I'm out.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. COVID money, miss away, eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most mantis statue. Say be like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the script of money, girl, and say that is not you. One day, the man above him, him a got a belt. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption cease.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter. It's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.